Alliance's turn to ban.
Here's the Radiant ban.
The Dire get a ban. Ten seconds.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant's turn to ban.
Ten seconds.
5 seconds remaining.
Dire's turn to pick.
Radiant's turn to pick.
Behold the horn of Magnus.
Ten seconds.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant's turn to pick.
Ten seconds.
5 seconds remaining.
Dire's turn to pick.
Quick.
Ten seconds.
5 seconds remaining.
Dire's ban now. Turn. Ten seconds.
5 seconds remaining. Here's the Radiant ban.
The Dire get a ban. 10 seconds.
Radiant's turn to ban.
Ten seconds.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant's turn to pick.
Ten seconds.
5 seconds remaining.
Dyer's turn to pick. Brewmaster. Ten seconds.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant's turn to pick.
Crystal Maiden.
Ten seconds. Dyer's turn to pick. Soul Warlord. Ten seconds.
Here's the Radiant band.
Bloodseeker.
Dyer's ban now. Ten seconds.
5 seconds remaining.
Dyer's turn to pick. 10 seconds.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant's turn to pick.
10 seconds.
5 seconds remaining. Choose your hero. Prepare to make way. It's pronounced Admiral.
Kidding me.
And it's amazing!
God, I love that it ends on a terrible High five.
Yeah, it was really well done. I kind of appreciated in the moment how bad it was. I was hoping they'd keep that. So,
British Pro versus Alliance, everybody, and this is going to be hopefully a fun matchup, though our panel seems to think it's going to be a bit of a one-sided affair with this Bloodseeker pickup. They, as they said, I do very much agree, this is exactly how Alliance wants to be able to play.
Yeah.
They've got a style, and they typically stick with it, and they're very good at that style.
They get a late pick Doom as well, which has been one of the most dominating heroes this entire tournament.
I mean, it reminds me of the series we had yesterday where we had the last pick Viper.
Thanks.
Battle heroes.
Oh, fans getting into this one. They're ready to go. They want to watch some Dota.
Yeah, Resolution had quite the great picture there. We are going to be setting up here the Bloodseeker Crystal Maiden defensive dual lane up against Save and Resolution Brewmaster. Our mid lane matchup of No One versus Limp. That's definitely going to be a matchup to watch because Limp's going to have to really make sure that with his early advantage of the Magnus and the power level 1 that he keeps the Shadow Fiend from getting those souls.
Yeah, then you have the eventual threat coming out after too, with just like the Shockwave into Skewer, depending on how like aggressive you're trying to play as No One. Aggressive smoke here from Rezo. It's gone way up here, maybe to scout things out. Looks like they got a ward up here too on their own side. Rezo, ward from Alliance as well, kind of covering this. So Rezo just getting ready to pull the wave.
Yeah, he'll just leave Save that first wave. If Save can manage to make sure none of the creeps get denied, he will pick up level 2.
He is just in range of that Observer ward too. So they see the fact that Rezo's back there. That's going to save that courier that was already on its way with a salve up top.
Yeah. It would have been really big if they could have gotten a courier with this play as well, being able to take regen away. Instead, it's going to be the courier from Save that dies instead, as Fada, again,
man, Crystal Maiden
a little bit.
Catching your courier is a bad sign. You know, she's not the quickest one around.
Yeah, if any hero's going to struggle in running at things, it's going to be Crystal Maiden. But couriers at level 1, incredibly slow.
Same story on the bottom lane. Hanskin, the one grabbing the wave down there. And although he passes by the mid lane, hopefully he'll take it back to the off lane for his Doom. But no, Hanskin, he's going on a trip. He wants to farm this for himself.
Okay.
Condolences, 3-3.
Well, as long as he's getting the solo experience, again, being able to get level 2 can be really important on some supports. And Tiny, I would argue, is probably one of the best ones out there. Early Avalanche and Toss can make for a potent combo. So they're just going to be trying to dodge the solo Abaddon, which, again, Virtus Pro just keep on running. Nobody else is tempted to play the 5 position Abaddon. Only really VP who are embracing this idea. And Alliance are just going to be running circles around him, apparently. Yeah,
he's gone a little bit more aggressive this time compared to his Undying game. He actually has the Orb of Venom, right? He's going to try and stack up the passive, but there's always just going to be TP as an option from 3-3. And, well, frankly, I don't think he's that concerned. He even has the Lightning stolen, too.
Top lane to toss back into Nico Baby here. They'll be able to get a little bit of extra damage on Resolution, but the extra bit of speed boost gets him out of the Blood Right. That Drunken Brawler.
Yeah, combined with the early boots, too.
Yeah.
Very safe.
So that play that Hanskin did to get his level 2 doesn't result in a kill, but Resolution also really isn't enjoying much of a laning phase so far. 7 denies already from Nico Baby. Mid lane, 15-0 for Limp. 12-0 for No One. He did a decent job in the first wave securing CS, but eventually he's going to run out of mana. Resolution barely gets caught by that Blood Right. He's going to dig his way into the trees, but unfortunately he's low enough that he is thirst up, and Nico Baby will be able to run him down for the first blood.
Well, only 3 last hits, both for him and the Rubik, and now a death there too. Times are tough. What is the trade, though, for Alliance in the bottom lane? This Doom, I mean, 3-3 keeps getting those waves. He's getting last hits for himself, so all things looking pretty good for the side lanes and, well, frankly, the mid there, too.
Yeah, just one of the big advantages of being able to pick this Doom, right, is just having a hero that you know can kind of play the solo off lane, and you can have a defensive tri-lane if you want. Brewmaster's not the same kind of hero. He's going to struggle a bit more. He needs to be able to have a decent laning phase for those first 2 or 3 levels. Toss back. Blood Right. Just kind of scaring him off.
Both of these side lane situations, though, are going to result in each position one essentially having free farm.
Yeah.
So then the question is, who's going to be able to make the best use of that to try and give their team a better mid game, right? A Troll Warlord versus a Bloodseeker. You imagine it's probably the Bloodseeker, but in fact, they're going to bring the Troll now up here to match up versus the Bloodseeker. They make no secret about it. They TP in right on the wave. And they want to force Nico Baby out of here.
Yeah, because the supports have had to hang around Nico Baby so much, they've taken a lot of experience. This Troll is coming into lane level 5, while Nico Baby only level 3, but Alliance, they are going to be in their own core over here. 33 getting some damage out with the lightning that he picked up earlier from the Harpy E8, but now he's going to be tossed back by Save, pulled into a dangerous position and brought down.
What on earth? We have a 4-on-4 in the top lane at 4 minutes. That is very unusual.
We are very quickly going to be swapping lanes, as the Troll being up at top means Resolution needs to head down to bottom, and Nico Baby doesn't want to lane up against that Troll, so he's going to head down to bottom as well.
So in the end, VP just hoping that they can now take this tower, right? Oh, Hanskin going after a courier, but nice micro there, gets saved. Trying to abuse his ward on the high ground there for some free gold. And now he's going to try and make a play on the bounty rune in the river as well.
Toss over the side, but a telekinesis means that Save will be the one to pick up the bounty rune instead. VP managed to pick up 3. On top of that, they didn't have to move their mid laner at all. No one. A Radiant side SF means that he's got that medium camp right next to him. He's been farming it quite nicely. This time Hanskin does find the courier.
Yeah, he's got about a half level up on his opponent now in the mid lane. So no one looking good compared to Limp. Oh, geez, is he going to get another one? He's just got a courier.
It's going to be able to get on top of it, stays with it. Very nice animation canceling and good courier kill by Hanskin.
Boots and Windlace, he's zooming.
Frostbite to another Blood Rank. Just keep on nuking Resolution over and over again, but with Solo now joining in the lane, it's going to be very tough to bring down that Brew. Unless Hanskin can get one of these heroes out of position.
Yeah, just level 2, still so scary.
Avalanche over the top. They are going to be able to keep that Resolution in place on top of the Bloodright, the big nuke coming in. That pure damage of 125 at level 1. Why does it do 125 pure damage at level 1? I will never know, Trent, but some secrets are just left for ice.
Suddenly became one of the best level 1 nukes in the game, you know? It's just how it goes. Will Epic be able to capitalize on his catapult up top, though, as they're pushing in down bottom with one. He's trying to tank the tower, but they're going to glyph, and that's going to be the end of it. And the top lane, so instead we keep this pressure up bottom.
Yeah, they actually moving the Shadow Fiend, or at least threatening to move him down here in this bottom.
Oh, save. I mean, no point really clipping a Magnus, unfortunately.
Now that the teleports have been canceled, right, they are pretty free to go for these dives in Solo. He's going to be the victim of all this aggression from Alliance. They're easily going to be able to run him down. Resolution's just going to sit in the side, hoping for some experience. Is Alliance going to tank for the Siege Wagon? They will. Hanskin's going to be able to find Resolution, toss him back over to Crystal Maiden. Vada set up for the Frostbite. The Frostbite sets up for the Bloodright, and that's a lot of damage. But is it enough? They're going to have to dive in deep for this kill. Resolution will end up dying here as that body shield saves for a little bit of time, but Nico Baby still claims it, and Solo wasn't able to get a return kill. Both Nico Baby and Fada.
Yeah, no one's coming from the rear now as he sees a lot of low supports. Trying to predict where they're going to move. They have that ward up in the high ground, and yeah, no one just gives up on it.
Epileptic Kid, he's finally going to be able to finish off this top tower. He's done such a great job of putting the pressure in, and simultaneously VP do just enough to defend their bottom tower. So early map control advantage going to VP.
Yeah, he's the shining light right now for the side of Virtus Pro. Gonna finish up a wand tier 2, it looks like, so trying to get very active in this game.
As a result of that tower kill, Virtus Pro have a very slight net worth lead, but you have to imagine that eventually Alliance will be able to take the bottom tower. But maybe not, because looking at no one who's just been free farming for so long. He has just completed Shreds, will be getting his drums pretty quickly. Once he has that, the physical damage is really online for the Shadow Fiend. He becomes a very scary right clicker as well as damage dealer. Hanskin barely able to get away thanks to that Invis rune.
I can't believe he hasn't died yet with how active he's been this game. Like, he's set up so many plays, and now 0-0-4, part of all of the kills they've managed to get.
Well, the secret is, Trent, that couriers can't fight back. So
yes, that is quite helpful.
The Rupture, bottom lane, Epileptic Kid, he's going to be a little bit stuck here. He's going to fight back and is going to finally pop his ultimate just before the Doom comes down, but that combination is going to result in his death eventually here. He's just hoping to get some damage out before he falls. A heavy rotation from Alliance, bringing 2 cords into 1 lane. Looking to be able to take that safe lane tower down and help secure outposts a little bit better, but Solo, he's still going to stand here in front of the tower, joined by Save. Is there going to be some core rotations since 33 getting awfully aggressive here? Finally, no one is going to try and make a TP in, but the Euphonic Shield and all this damage is coming in a little bit too late. Save's going to be cleaned up by Nico Baby, while no one brings down Fada. Both Nico Baby and 33 had to die so much, though. 33. They're not very healthy.
Thought about going back. Yeah, they spread their damage a lot between the 2 supports as well, right? Like kind of half committing on both of them. So they do eventually get the Rubik, but Solo, oh, now Solo. Nico Baby comes back in for another taste.
That greed of a Bloodseeker who doesn't really want to go back, wants to be able to farm some creeps and heal off of them, but
Jeez,
a little bit scared.
Hanskin and Rezo farming lane together up top, and they're basically the same level. This is the support Tiny versus the core Brewmaster right now. And they're both about to be level 5.
Meanwhile, Limp is doing something that you wouldn't really see a whole lot of Magnuses do throughout the history of Magnus, but this new core Magnus is just kind of an AFK farmer, using his power to clear through neutrals.
There's a mag in this game kind of attitude, you know? 0-0-0, staying in the same part of the jungle. They've had a ward on him for almost a full duration of a ward now at this point, just seeing exactly what he's up to in there, so they're going to be well aware if he attempts to make any sort of a rotation. I think as the panel pointed out, the game does look a little bit scary for VP, but so far the lanes have gone better than one probably would have expected. Like this Troll and SF being so well farmed right now.
Yeah.
The Brewmaster is definitely a problem though.
Well, somehow Alliance managed to get 4 bounty runes, so that's hype, but tower denied by Resolution, so Virtus Pro do get some gold back to themselves. But I'm not sure how they managed to take the safe lane tower first, but didn't actually get the map control to be able to get bounty runes. Maybe that just comes down to no one who's a lot more focused on those neutrals right now. Does complete his drums.
And they're going to smoke up here too, it looks like. No one going to take time to dig up a Cobalt, but he's out of there.
Yeah, this is that power spike.
That was spotted under that ward up on the cliff though, so.
Yeah, they had very aggressive vision from Alliance, and they still going to get caught though. Resolution popping his ultimate is going to be able to catch Nico Baby. This should be a pretty easy kill with the telekinesis setting it up. And honestly, with the Brewmaster being a bit underleveled and such,
they're trying to wrap
split
behind
probably
though.
Isn't that big of a deal, but yeah, Alliance set it up with a 2-man smoke, but they're only 2.
Yeah, 3-3 didn't come for this, so this is a bit awkward at this point now.
Yeah, they know that Virtus Pro had 4 heroes there, so Limp very wisely backs off.
It's, you know, the core player finally came out of the jungle, and now he's like, why did I leave the neutrals, guys? Now he's never coming out for that 5 minutes.
Hanskin, nice little trap set up. That avalanche is just going to be just enough to be able to get the toss back into the Doom, into the RP. No one, you're dead, my friend. They just threw everything at this SF. They know he's been free farming this entire time. And once the Shadow Fiend is dead, they don't really have a whole lot to fear. That's why they just keep on chasing so damn far, all the way into the tier 2s. But it hasn't gone too far. Yes, you killed the captain, but 33 trading his life out for a support. That's not going to feel good. Fada with the defensive freezing field, making sure with the toss back. Epileptic Kid on the other side of the freezing field, and now stuck in a team fight that he can't possibly hope to win as he in vain tries to chase down one of these heroes during his ultimate, but now he's left with no HP, and that missed percentage chance will eventually fail him.
Stolen avalanche.
Bring him down. Nice stolen avalanche by Save, but an avalanche turned back around on him, brings him low, but now the no one is back up and alive. Alliance need to get the hell out.
The chase is still pretty weak right now, though, until there's some mobility items picked up here. Or having the Brewmaster split, so they will get out. In the end, still advantageous trades, it looks like, for the side of Alliance, but a kill for Rezo onto 3-3, very helpful for this guy to try and get back in the game. In fact, he's almost level 8 now on Rezo.
Yeah, and it doesn't help. All that aggression leads into them having to retreat and just VP easily storm the mid tower. Nice deny by 33, though, using his 100+ damage there to be able to secure half that tower bounty for the dire side.
think both teams still got some neutrals to opt for. Oh, actually, no, just the Alliance already got their brooch. We'll see if it's also picked up here for VP. As so far, they're sharing 2 and 2 on the neutrals.
Solo's just not going to leave Nico Baby alone. Seems as he's going to try and snipe the CS, misses that.
See if he can get another Rupture, you know?
Yeah. Hey, at the very least, he's stealing some experience and making sure he doesn't drop neutral items.
Limp now picking up the Echo Saver, so this is the core mag kind of feeling at that power, right? He's got Treads,
Yeah.
he's got Double Bracer, Echo, slopping that Windlace instead of the Quelling Blade and start going to work. You'll find yourself a team fight.
Now Alliance kind of matched the power spike that no one reached with his early drums. Now it's the Magnus's turn to try and bully Virtus Pro, but how are they going to do that? It looks like it starts with controlling up the Radiant jungle and pushing bottom. Hanskin getting behind Solo here, who does have his ultimate, so this is going to be a hard kill. They may eventually be able to get it, but it's certainly going to take some time as he immediately pops his ultimate and walks away. Borrowed time makes it look easy.
I don't think there's really any rush for Alliance in this game, though, right? Like, it's not nothing too crazy.
So why'd he pop Freezing Field?
I guess he must have misread, thought there was another stun coming. Great question, though.
Maybe he thought a ban was only level 5? I don't know. That was odd. It felt like one of those, like, you're trying to force it. A little bit too much.
Maybe he tried
Guys,
to taunt.
we need to get kills. But
you know.
Like, oh, okay.
Now Sol, even though the ultimate, boldly just takes that bounty rune in the river.
Jeez. It just keeps on happening, man. These heroes that are able to stand alone, like this Doom, like this 4-position Tiny, can control these bounty rune spawn points very easily. Once again, Alliance walk away the beneficiaries of that free gold.
Pretty nice game for the Helm when you look at the base damage of the two heroes, right? Obviously, SF works off a lot plus damage, but still not too shabby between him and the Troll Warlord. So Brewmaster having that going to be a big buff in these team fights, as well as the help of his stun as Epileptic Kid going into Hanskin.
They're going to throw out that Rupture. Epileptic Kid looks to be able to TP away, and they will be able to catch him with the Avalanche. Epileptic Kid is now going to run himself to death off of that Rupture. Solo just can't really save him too much as Alliance come in force. Actually, that Aphotic Shield running into no one, and now the turnaround as they actually pop the ultimate. A little bit of fear onto the Magnus. Limp, he's being brought so low. He brought the Storm Panda with him. Eventually, he's going to be tossed up in the air, or maybe just right-click down very easily. Hanskin brought back down to earth, straight onto no one. No one not able to finish out just yet for the slow. Eventually, they will find that kill.
And they're going to get 3-3 too. The chase
they thought they had the kill on Epileptic Kid, but with this chase down of the Centaur, missing out the stun. A big whiff there. 33 will get out as a result.
Oh man, that would have been another kill too. I think 3-3 holding that Doom. He thought, Troll's dead. I don't have to do this, right? Tries to hold on to it, and instead Troll gets back. Then he's able to kind of re-goose into the fight with all of his allies, and Alliance lose a fight they certainly should not have.
He's probably thinking to himself, like, you know, I want to be able to save this Doom for the Shadow Fiend.
Or the Brewmaster too, maybe. Like, we didn't know the split hadn't happened here. As you see in the replay here, it all starts well. I mean, frankly, when Epileptic Kid went for this ulti here, this was a little confusing. I guess he wanted to make sure that he had it before the silence, right? That's all part of the plan, but he ended up taking a lot of damage because of that. And then right there, 3-3 kind of like holding this Doom, right? Doesn't go for it onto E-Kid, so nice fear as well there from no one to help out.
Was that only level 1 Rupture? I expected it to do a little bit more damage for the way that the Troll ran such a long distance.
Yeah, it did not seem like a lot.
8 to 9, Alliance losing a fight here, and you're beginning to see Virtus Pro and how their lineup is going to be able to operate. This 5-position band that they've been so fond of is allowing Epileptic Kid to have a lot more life in these engagements, and his early pickup, the Fusel Blade, allows him to fight really early with this Troll. Same goes with the Shadow Fiend and the Treads Drums build. You actually come online pretty quickly, even though you think of these heroes as more mid to late game carries.
I think that the picks against the Brewmaster, like the Doom coming out, we talked about like Disruptor and how well that's going to shut down the hero, and the Doom, you can definitely see the same thing with the Stomp, right? But we've had the Blink Stomp. That's been the big thing for these Doom players, to just completely cancel out the Brewmaster player. 3-3 going for that earlier BKB, so sure, he'll have a little bit more freedom in the team fights, but that pretty much means Rezo's going to get off split.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think there's anything that's going to stop him unless he gets caught by a Blood Right or something just on the edge of it. Or a Rezo, rather, yeah.
And we were talking about, you know, at the start of this game, the panel pointed out Alliance is a team based on momentum. And this is a game that they haven't actually gotten that much momentum. The net worth very slightly in their favor, but it definitely feels like they are on a timer. They need to be able to get that one big team fight that allows them to take over the map, finally finish out that mid-tier 1 tower that is still alive for Virtus Pro, by the way.
Wow.
And that is helping to control and make sure that they don't totally lose out on their Radiant jungle.
You're kind of waiting for this this Magnus play, right? I mean, you invested a lot into him of your early game. He wasn't able to participate in a lot of team fights because he was trying to get up that farm. He's super tanky now. He's up to 2,700 HP. He's got the Blink, the Van Braces, the Vampire Fangs. He's well ready for it. Even has an Essence Ring if he wants to pull that thing out instead of the Wand. Like, he's going to be over 3k HP, but he's not here. And they're in the pit. Like, this is where your Magnus has to be right now.
Well, they're going to come out of the pit and go straight for Fada. So now Alliance does know that they're currently doing Roshan. And there's a buyback available for the Crystal Maiden if Alliance thinks they can fight.
I mean, Save just pinged him. He just pinged Legends like, he's not here. Like, this is ours, guys.
Limp, as far as I know, I mean, he has TP now. He probably had TP earlier. He also has all 3 of the tier 2 items, by the way.
Yeah.
So when you're talking about investing into this guy and, you know, how he's been free farming and all that sort of thing, like, he even took all the items for himself. And unfortunately, we just haven't seen that impact returned.
And
Alliance, though, continuing to get all those bounties, man. You can see the difference there. 800 gold difference in what they've gotten.
They still got no post, though, for the Radiant.
Yeah. Hanskin
Throws
in some trouble here. He's going to try and just create as much time as possible throughout a last avalanche and such. Pop the healing salve because, you know, after all, you've got that shovel that's been digging up healing salves. So you might as well put them to use.
It's pretty hard to get rid of them all, honestly. You just keep digging because it's a lot more of those than bounty runes, I'll tell you that much.
No one recipient of a regeneration rune.
And a Grovo with a 10-second BKB. That's nice.
Yeah.
That's a quality Shadow Fiend item right there. Oh, here we go.
Okay, nice skewer back. Are we going to get the Rupture in there as well? Epileptic Kid is also going to be doomed. So, yeah, Troll's dead. And Virtus Pro quick to retreat here, but Alliance need to be able to catch more heroes. Even if it's just supports like this, it's very important because they blew so much to win a fight like this. Nico Baby's going to pop his VKB to try and finish off Save here. The Aphotic Shield buys him a moment, but it's not too much. Alliance will be able to get that second kill, but a 4 position in exchange for all of those VKB charges and no map control, no towers, no big things out of that.
They didn't use the RP though, right? It was all based on just a skewer, so I still don't think it's that easy for Virtus Pro to just say, okay, you know, they use Doom, they use Rupture, let's just like run down mid lane or something right now.
Yeah, that's
true. Very good by Alliance to prioritize the guy who didn't have the Aegis. I mean, it sounds simple, but Epileptic Kid probably shouldn't have been in one of the more vulnerable parts of the map if he's not the Aegis carrier.
Yeah.
Like, if you go on the Aegis like that, that can create a good team fight for Virtus Pro. When you catch Troll like that, it's just delaying the use of this Aegis for positive things for your team.
Epileptic Kid looking to make himself tankier, give himself some of that status resistance as well with the S and Y that's going to be coming in quite soon. And no one, of course, going for that straight big item in the data list. This is what you're seeing out of all the Shadow Fiends right now. A little bit of build-up, Treads Drums, and a BKB, because you need that for team fights, but then just get the raw physical damage of a data list.
And with the Presence Effects buildings as well, you know, one bad fight, one long cooldown unavailable for Alliance, and perhaps you suddenly lose a tier 3 out of nowhere. Oh, Fada going for the dangerous D-ward.
Fada, hope this was worth your life because it may just cost him just that. Resolution. No Blink Dagger yet, so they won't be able to catch somebody like him unless Epileptic Kid does throw out the axes, but at the end of the day, VP, they don't really need to chase.
Look at Hanskin, though. He's cutting that wave. I believe he was spotted by the outpost, so that's why Save is running down here. Maybe he can create a kill opportunity, but he's got the Blink Dagger, so he's likely out of here.
Oh, Hanskin actually got a blink. Spotted for a moment, blinks, and TP's out.
Blink being worked on for Rezo, but not going to be there quite yet.
Yeah, Save also working on a blink himself is pretty close. Both of them are. So some big initiation opportunities for Virtus Pro very soon.
I do think there are some dangers when the BKB comes out for this Magnus, for example. It feels like a really good BKB game for Limp.
Yeah.
Like, he can just sit on top of no one. There's no Aegis, right? He's just going to shred this guy.
Fortification can save them.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, this is a Shadow Fiend that's almost hitting for 300 damage a hit.
Well, I hope he's
without
at peak,
getting a crit.
I guess I'll say. You know, there are some requirements here. Got to press the spell buttons. But BKB this game should make that pretty feasible. Of course, unless Save can make those huge Rubik plays that they'll need.
Or solo, right? Like, that is actually a really big problem.
Yeah,
they've got this Aphotic Shield, and they're only really big control of somebody like this SF, preventing him from dealing all that right-click damage. Right, the Doom is a threat for sure, but it's not going to stop the Daedalus Shadow Fiend from still having a big impact in team fights.
Yeah, we've talked a lot about, you know, kind of questioning the solo Doom and like why they're picking it, and that's mostly just the laning stage. Well, if you can get out of the laning stage with a position 5 Doom, it does feel, or a position 5 Ava rather, it feels amazing. Because any sort of like multi-stun, you just pop yourself with your ultimate, then you save someone else out of it. And you're just such a nuisance in team fights. Like, you're trying to request spells basically cast upon you by the enemy and try and save them from your allies. I mean, if you get doomed in a team fight, a solo, you're going to be very happy.
You're a great smoke breaker. You can play the front line of team fights really well. Just a lot of options. Some downsides, though, of course, being no stuns. Always a fan of stuns on supports, but they're able to make up with that with both the Rubik as well as the Brewmaster. Again, one of those offlaners that just kind of gives you that overwhelmingly strong team fight that it's hard for the enemy team to be able to break through. That's where the BKBs are very important for Alliance.
Jeez, that was a profitable neutral camp, wasn't it?
It really was. Mindbreaker and Titan Sliver.
Man, some of these items just change the whole way you're like considering the game. Because like there's just these whole new options now, right? Stash resistance, as well as having this Avo with you. Like now no one's even harder to try and lock down. He suddenly just has a silence out of nowhere.
So there's the Daedalus, the Mindbreaker, as you said. The silence out of nowhere is like such a scary proposition. Fortunately, Alliance's lineup is not going to be super exposed to it because they've got 3 cores that all want to build BKB and have that BKB.
Toss back on the solo. Now the question is, do VP stand for their guy here? They will.
Alliance. They're just going to try and get out as quick as possible. Hanskin, microing there from Resolution. Not really on point. Couldn't get off either of the disables from the Earth Panda or the Storm Panda in time to stop Hanskin from teleporting away. Maybe he can do so here. He will manage to catch Limp, but this is probably where Alliance turns around a little bit. They do have their BKBs. Nico Baby's holding on to his. Hanskin, here he comes. He's actually back into it with the Avalanche leading the way. Doesn't get a toss back, but Limp is going to position himself for a 2-man RP. Solo going to be silenced up. Won't be able to save either one of these heroes. They're just going to be ripped apart by the Magnasaurus, but there is also a Doom chasing down the Shadow Fiend. Nico Baby, he takes a crit, a second one, but he's easily able to dispatch of the Shadow Fiend, and this is the fight that finally Alliance were looking for so long. A dominant victory for them as they're going to be able to finish up Solo in style. The 4th hero down, triple kill for Nico Baby, and with that, they can probably even backdoor the mid tower.
This is why they ran, I believe. Right, they saw what was coming from that fight. We've already used the split. Now we're near a shrine. They have high mobility. Sure, the Tiny TP'd out, but he's going to be right back there with that Blink Dagger.
Yeah.
And then they just fully ready to commit the ultimates on top of that Shadow Fiend.
What a difference it would have been if they actually killed the Tiny in that situation, right? Then Resolution probably isn't grasping for straws as greedily as he was. He probably felt like, God, I used my ultimate. I need to catch something more. Because it basically didn't do anything for them. He goes too deep, his team follows him too far, and then the chase down, man. You have to respect it. Once you have lost the fight, heroes like this Doom, who moves so fast, is going to be able to get some damage on people. That damage then turns into Nico Baby being able to catch up thanks to those thirst charges.
And his chase just got extended as well because he's got the Shiva's Guard on the Doom as well.
Uh-oh, Vada, you didn't finish off that outpost, friend. Now he's going to be caught here. Oh, he does have a way out, it seems. No disables are left.
Dude, this CM is going to be so tanky when she ults.
She's got the craggy
22
coat, right?
already.
That is a lot of armor. We'll see whether or not he can actually get off good freezing fields, though.
I don't think it's
that
a requirement.
Last long. We did have some items. I saw the spider legs picked up by the Magnus. He's still holding on to that, as well as that essence ring that's just kind of sitting there. Not sure if he's honestly ever really going to use that, but maybe. You have to be a lot more aware of these items. There's a lot of good backpack items like Essence Ring where you can pop in
that
to
one's
your
not
inventory,
bad.
but I haven't seen him do it yet.
What are we doing with these spider legs, though? We got to figure something out here.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a Doom item.
Yeah, it could be. I wouldn't mind it on the Magnus so much because he doesn't have Aghanim Scepter, so he doesn't have that kind of free mobility to always run around. Because he's a right clicker, he can't afford to be kited too much.
He also wants that attack speed.
Yeah. Well, he's still holding on to a magic wand.
That is true. All right, yeah, we can definitely make that swap.
Ooh, jump forward. Limp tried to get the skewer back, but Resolution too fast for him. Saw that read coming. Resolution will manage to get off his primal split. Limp held off on the RP. Faked it out, stopped it, and it's going to try and use it as secondary part of the fight here. But it's going to be with heroes that are already dead and spawned. It does manage to get off his freezing field, netted up, but it's still going down with the RP on top of that. Solo quickly removes it off himself, and Epileptic Kid with the BKB still fine. SF standing there trying to beat down Nico Baby. Nico Baby looks to be able to finish him off. He heals up. Now he can run down the rest of the heroes as well. Underneath the blood right. Triple kill, double kill. Double for 33 as well, and that is going to be a team wipe. Alliance running over Virtus Pro.
And it started to look close there for a second. Maybe they could bring him down, but yeah, quickly it turned there as they just keep on tipping Epileptic Kid.
Dude, it makes such a big difference, right? That Alliance is just strong enough that Nico Baby gets these kills.
Yes.
He heals up. Then he's able to run down these rest of the heroes. If it goes the other way, right? If SF kills him and they gets like a second or two to turn damage elsewhere, then that fight could look very differently. But
yeah, such a nice attempted initiation too, right? Rezo managing to blink out, kind of feels all right, but look at the way they're just sitting on the sidelines here from Nico Baby and 3-3. They just pick their targets like, okay, we're gonna rupture one of them, and we'll just doom the other. Like, no one can do nothing but stand there and try and ult.
Yep.
And then everyone's just pinging Nico Baby like, please help me kill this guy. Not gonna wind up happening.
Feels a little bit like the way that Tim's was playing this Doom, is that 33 is just locked on. He knows his target every single time, and he's gonna make sure no one just does not have a game in these team fights.
Yeah, it looked like, if I'm not mistaken, Save also had the RP stolen there too, maybe, but couldn't even get it off.
Well, 12-20 with now like 13,000 net worth lead for Alliance, and they don't really need to do a whole lot here. They can play defensively on their high ground as Solo runs into them.
They've seen this play before, though. They kind of know what he's trying to do.
Virtus Pro is not hiding it whatsoever. Alliance 20 seconds until the RP. That's why Virtus Pro is rushing this so much. Blood right, as well as the Shivas. Now the BKB activated. They're going to go for Epileptic Kid, but he's going to try and finish up this Roshan. Nice telekinesis stopping the skewer in from Limp, but Solo's already dead. Roshan Aegis picked up by no one. He's going to be able to get off his ultimate as well. Fearing back some of these heroes, including Fada, who's probably going to be dying.
2 seconds RP,
33 up in the air, and Nico Baby actually choosing to come back in. His Resolution's going to lose his Panda. He dies. Limps in with the RP as well. Nico Baby is tearing it up a storm here as GG is called. He doesn't even wait for his second life. Him and Epileptic Kid, they're both alive, but they say we have been destroyed by Alliance. That's 3 fights in a row, and that's just game.
Yeah, you can appreciate the effort, right? You're trying to go into the pit, take that fight when the cooldowns aren't going to be there. You think, no RP, no Doom, maybe we have a chance. But even after finishing off the Roche, they're just coming back online, and Alliance will swiftly deal with them with the ultimates. And
yeah,
Virtus Pro, not a total disaster or anything in the laning stage, but Alliance just had a plan. They waited it out with their heroes, got the items they wanted, and then once those 3 BKBs were online, those fights just felt kind of impossible for Virtus Pro.
Yeah, it really did. I thought it was fine for Virtus Pro that they were kind of neck and neck in net worth, and you know, you've got a troll after all, and Shadow Fiend, those heroes scale very nicely, but really need to give more respect to this core Magnus, core Bloodseeker scaling into the late game. They actually were just doing so
Alliances turn to ban.
The Dire get a ban.
Radiant's turn to ban.
Ten seconds.
5 seconds remaining.
Dire's ban now. Ten seconds.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant's turn to ban.
Dire's turn to pick. Ten seconds.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant's turn to pick.
Beastmaster.
Ten seconds.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant's turn to pick.
Tiny. Ten seconds.
5 seconds remaining.
Dire's turn to pick.
Crystal Maiden.
The Dire get a ban.
Templar
Here's the
Assassin.
Radiant ban.
10 seconds.
5 seconds remaining.
Dire's ban now.
Here's the Radiant ban.
Ten seconds.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant's turn to pick.
Ten seconds.
5 seconds remaining.
Dire's turn to pick.
Venomancer.
Radiant's turn to pick.
Disruptor.
Ten seconds.
5 seconds remaining.
Dire's turn to pick.
Timber Saw.
Ten seconds.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant's turn to bat.
Bad Rider.
Ten seconds.
5 seconds remaining.
Dire's ban now. 10 seconds.
5 seconds remaining.
Dire's turn to pick.
Radiant's turn to pick.
Slark.
Ten seconds.
5 seconds remaining.
Faceless Void.
Don't you dare pick Tidehunter.
What? Koga!
Has spoken. We're going to a game 3, but of course we've got to do this thing where we just kind of run through the motions and see how we're going to go to a game 3. But it is going to be an interesting proposition for Alliance and how close they can make this game with this last pick, Void.
Yeah, I like the term desperation. It did feel a little like, uh-oh, you know, the Slark is kind of a classic counter pick. You go for the Faceless Void, but will we get there? Will we get to the point where it feels like a counter pick? Because I'm hoping that the panel are correct and we do get a game 3, and I have to agree that it looks pretty good for Virtus Pro.
Well, a lot of this is just going to come down to the laning phase and how that works out, so we've got to keep a very close eye in who's going to be rotating where and what kind of matchups they can get, because if they can get Timbersaw a good laning phase, And if Venomancer can go ahead and just destroy mid lane against that Templar Assassin, then they can get the ball rolling, and all of a sudden they could just keep on hitting VP with that mid-game aggression that Alliance is so good at.
Well, it's already started. As you can see, tons of wards thrown down across the map.
Yep.
We've got people running top and bottom and then back towards bottom. Everyone's trying to find this matchup. Look at this Hawk down here scouting who's going to be down bottom.
So 33, he's going to show himself on this Hawk. And Virtus Pro is like, okay, now we know where with the Timber Saw is. So we're going to put that Bat Rider there. We're going to have the Slark into that matchup. A Beastmaster matched up into the Faceless Void is where you want him. So to start things off, Virtus Pro are going to have the lanes where they want to be. We'll see whether or not Alliance is going to try and shift things around as they see the lanes unfold.
Look at this play by Hanska too. He came up top, he ran into Rezo, and now he's blocking his wave. So they're going to force it under the tower here, it looks like.
And it's a little bit hard to, what Lucian in turn needs to do, he has to tank the creep wave if he wants to prevent it from going into the tower. But that's hard to do because Nico Baby is just going to be right-clicking you the entire time. So it pretty much just means free damage.
It worked out all right for him though.
Yeah, he didn't get bashed or anything. Nothing terrible happened. He managed to get a deny in his own 4. Mid lane, though, some early aggression. I love this. Solo, he's like, I'm going to make sure that no one has a better game than this 1v1 entails, because the Templar Assassin, it's a rough matchup against the Venomancer. So
this is the absolute classic Solo way of playing Disruptor. He loves doing this. Just runs it instantly and puts 2 Qs on you. And look at this Limp, super low here, no one even thinking about diving deny. But obviously not a bit too risky this early.
Oh, if he could have taken away that healing salve, it would have been a really big win. But instead, Solo cops a lot of damage.
But
and Limp,
he's man-going, he's salving, he's not going anywhere.
he's really not, because he still needs to be able to help out no one here, who took a spray to the face and a lot of venomous damage. Needs to be careful of getting baited too much, though. Limp still holding on to the fire. Good side blade lineup there from no one. That sort of play is exactly what he needs to be able to win the lane by himself.
Dave just found the other bounty rune, though. That's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Got that one a little bit late.
33. A lot of sticky napalm stacks, so he's just got to retreat for now.
Yeah, and Save doing a good
hit
job.
by the flame break. This could actually be his death. It's so much damage over time. He's gone. He's just dead. Virtus Pro pick up the first blood, and Solo will give them a kill in return. He's just suiciding so he can reset. I don't know if he's going to go back to bottom lane or maybe he'll show up mid. We'll see what happens.
What's really nice, too, about the Flame Break is that it's only an 18-second cooldown. It's not this, like, giant committal like the Firefly early on of 40, right? It basically gives you 2 chances of putting that huge pressure onto 3-3. And Save's been doing a really good job of staying in the tree line when he casts the Napalm, too. So the stacks have been a little bit lower for 3-3. That's why you see him cutting these trees to try and keep that vision of the Bat Rider at all times.
Toss over, a long-range toss, and Limp, he's going to have some fun with this. He's going to be able to slow down no one, get a lot of damage in, and no one's just going to have to TP all the way back to the fountain. Actually didn't TP to his tier 1 or anything like that. Solo, he'll show up with his Invis rune to try and take some experience and an attempt at CS.
Yeah, we know TA can have these rough matchups, and then she's going to rely on that jungle to try and catch back up. And with Solo rotating around so much, he might be able to get a couple stacks prepped up for her as well. And of course, the main one you're going to look for will be those Ancients. As of now, we don't have anything for her.
As you see the laning phase unfold, is Trent, how are you feeling about the point of this game? It's looking to me kind of rough for Alliance.
Parts of it, sure. I do like the fact that the Void has a good time. He's in that Radiant off lane. They have the Crystal Maiden versus the Beastmaster, so it's hard to keep that like damage over time pressure on the Void because you can just keep going with the Frostbite onto the boars.
Right.
So I think providing Nico Baby a good start is incredibly important. It has to happen. But as the panel pointed out, the key hero is going to be Timber, and I'm a big Timber hater, and this is why. Some games just wind up like this. The hero can definitely just straight up win you games based on the matchups, as that's a nice one for a Nico Baby to grab. But if he is a terrible start like this, he just feels awful to have in your lineup.
Yeah.
I mean, look at his build. He's 1, 2, and 0.
Pick rate 13%, 33% win rate.
I mean, he's a jungle Timber.
Yeah. It's not great.
This is a pretty interesting way to try and recover the hero, though, right? Because, like, typically the whole idea is you get to level 3 with 2 points in reactive and you can survive in any lane, but he recognizes, I can't even survive in this lane with 2 points in reactive, so I'm straight up a jungle Timbersaw right now.
Yeah, he just needs as much damage. out of his AoE abilities, and he can clear through some smaller stacks.
Imagine a Timber losing HP to neutrals. this is a very depressing life for a Timber player.
Desperate measures, man, desperate measures. All right, well, fortunately, Limp is going to be very kind. Passing over Healing Salve, 33 is going to make his way and find an Arcane Rune.
Now, with them forcing the TA out of lane, I wonder if there's like some merit to giving 3-3 this area. Like, can they, like, who can just go bottom is the question. Because right now it's free.
I mean, if you had higher levels of wards, then Limp could just do that jungling thing. They do manage to find the kill on a Resolution here in the top lane. 2 kills now in that area. Look at 33 doing a nice job of pulling the hard camp into the medium camp area, so he's being as efficient as he can with this terrible situation.
It looks like he's practiced this, I gotta say. I am impressed.
But sadly for him, Shrine's not up until 7 minutes, so he's gonna have to go back to the base. Hanskin, who's just playing around with no one, who is also trying to recover off of the jungle. In fact, they're in very similar situations. Similar amount of farms, similar amount of levels. Both camped out at level 4. Limp, level 6, meanwhile, has the second level in his wards. Throws an aggressive one to be able to see any heroes rotating in.
Look where Solo just TP'd from. He just TP'd from next to his TA to try and get another tower, and he's dead for it.
Yeah, he certainly is, because Hanskin's been hanging around this area for quite some time.
It makes you wonder, why did he TP? If he TP'd because he knew that Tiny was there, we've talked about how dangerous this middle tower is for Dire side. Tiny, I think, abuses it better than any other hero right now in the support role. You will die if you're just no escape mechanism hero underneath here.
Okay, well, this is a big advantage. Limp has got to do so much with this because they don't have an answer to this Venomancer and his successful laning phase. He's got to try and take down this mid tower as quick as possible and then start turning that pressure into other lanes as well. And that will open things up, allow 33 to be able to recover more, create space for Nico Baby to continue to farm, who is doing very well. He's keeping pace with the Slark, who is top net worth right now.
He does have a bit more damage than you'd expect at this point because only the 1 point reactive armor, but that means he's also a little bit more vulnerable here as they go for the kill. Not going to be able to find it with the kinetic, though. Meanwhile, up top, Nico Baby's been getting that safety. He's got the chrono here too, so Rezo's got to imagine they're probably coming for a play soon. He has the ward, seeing the rotation from a Hanskin, but Fada also going to scale it out here with a Crystal Nova onto the high ground and the Sentry. So they're not going to want to dive too hard, knowing the response is likely prepared from VP.
Save just making sure that 33 still is not able to do a whole lot in that lane. And soon with Epileptic Kid, now that he's got level 6 and stuff, they can feel free to leave the Slark alone if they want to at times. Now that he does have all that sustain, Nico Baby still camping out here. He's got his Midas on the way.
What's really difficult for 3-3 too is that sometimes when you're playing that matchup as Timber versus Slark, you can get level 6 and sometimes get a kill, right? You catch the Slark off guard, the ultimate's just so much damage, but you have to succeed on that very first attempt if you're 3-3 because he has no mana regen. Like, he's going to burn his entire mana pool. He did manage to get an Ocean Heart, but he's so poor he like couldn't go for the Soul Ring early or anything, right? Yeah. So his sustainability in lane is basically nothing. Having to go back to the fountain again here on the Timber.
Meanwhile, we got the trends picked up for Nico Baby. We've got the Boots of Travel trying to be built by Limp, who's going to try and do that thing where he just controls a large part of the map off of his mobility and his wards, and that'll allow Alliance to group up a lot more.
That's a dangerous TV from 3-3 here to come in so vulnerable.
Yeah, it was a key one, though, because you saw Batrider spamming the sticky napalm behind the tower, thinking that's where the TP rotation was going to come in. Nico Baby committing for the tower here, but Resolution, he wants to be able to get the deny. He's going to try for it, but he got a little bit too far away from the tower, and now he's going to get caught by the Chronosphere. Fada, he's looping around that Chronosphere to make sure he gets a Frostbite immediately afterwards, ensuring a chain stun that will lead to Resolution's death.
You got to teach him a lesson trying that play in your face, right? That deserves a chrono. And that does mean the chrono won't be back up for the outpost at the very least. So if they want to try and go for a play. Oh, toss into the Ancient stack there, Solo.
Oh, they do get the slam there. Solo taking so much damage now, but the glimpse back over into Save and Epileptic Kid's hands. Not able to finish off the Disruptor.
Save practicing his Batrider in pubs, it looks like, just for that. He was well ready to spam that chat line. Timber's absolute most hated neutral item, the mango tree. Lore-wise,
True.
I'm surprised he can even pick it up.
Planting a tree, that just seems so antithetical to his character. Fada ends up getting caught in the mid lane as they've been continuing to try and put that pressure on the mid lane. They really want to finish off the tower, but Nico, baby, he gets a little bit too far forward here, and they do have the ultimate ready to go from Resolution. He's finally going to throw it down. He just wanted to get a little bit of extra damage before securing the kill. It's actually Save who secures it from long distance. He actually gets the killing spree.
I'm fine with that, frankly, if it's my position for bat. I think trying to put as much as you can to this hero early on is really going to benefit you. Much like Crystal Maiden, he's got a very handy ability as a support to get that vision on the high grounds. And outposts here. Oh, looks like they're going to get both if Rezo can finish up here. He's going to commit his life for it.
Slow down. No, he can't really TP away.
So that's 150 XP, right, that you're denying to each hero on the Radiant team with your death. And, you know, they got 223 each for the kill, so we'll call that worth.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Man, Diffusal Blade almost done for Epileptic Kid, which means, as you said, like sometimes the Timbersaw can feel good if he's ahead against the Slark. After all, he's got all this AoE damage, but when you're behind, you're really behind. And when he's going to have Diffusal Blade against this Timbersaw, he's just going to have no game whatsoever.
Like, he's just going to get lassoed and just die.
Yeah.
He's going to mango and wand charges. If the TPs come through, maybe he'll be able to like pump up enough to get out, but they are bringing a lot down here with the Disruptor too. Solo has that first Static Storm ready to roll. The creeps will find him in the tree line though.
Is Alliance going to TP in to save 33's life here? Are they going to try and make a big team fight out of this? I kind of hope not. 33's going to try and escape through the trees. Actually gets brought back by the glimpse, breaking the lasso. Doesn't really seem to matter that much as the damage over time is going to overwhelm 33 eventually here. Just a little bit more is going to be able to find the kill, but now stunned off by the Avalanche, caught with the toss, and Hanskin does manage to get the turnaround here. Solo's also going to die as Limp showing up, and sure enough, Alliance in force. I really like that. Just at first I thought it was going to be terrible, but with Boots of Travel up on Limp, he's able to make these rotations pretty easily, and they do lose the tower for it, but
yeah, kind of even trade overall, I guess. Obviously they got a lot of experience on the side of Alliance, but you're getting down that tower. You'll probably be able to take this outpost back relatively soon as well from the side of Virtus Pro.
Yep.
And should be able to occupy a lot of that bottom territory of the map.
And Vada was the one who managed to pull off the deny on the tower, so.
Oh yeah, that was nice. And they popped the ulti too, so the Slark couldn't go. Now an Invis rune here for Epileptic Kid with this Diffusal Blade. I'm surprised he's backing away after grabbing it.
See that 10 strength for Nico, baby. Now that the, I think it was the damage talent that got nerfed a little while ago. And he now feels like the strength is what's going to matter. And it is a very burst-heavy lineup from VP.
His HP with the shovel.
Yeah.
And if he swaps to Trank Threads, like he can get to like 1600 HP easy with that shovel, and actually more than that.
For now, he's going to prefer the Quelling Blade. He's got a healthy creep wave making its way in, but he may regret that if Virtus Pro ends up going on him. They do have the sentry laid out. They're going to be able to catch Hanskin, the toss back into the Chronosphere. There's the Slark way up there in the air. Might be able to get the kill, but the Shadow Dance actually goes off first, thanks in part to the Primal Roar from Resolution. That toss into Chronosphere combination wasn't good enough, and now Epileptic Kid almost healed up to full. They're still trying to chase him down. Does have a pounce for another 5 seconds. No time dilation from Nico, baby, which would be a good way to limit the Slark here, but as a result, the Slark is going to be able to leap away into the trees, right into the corner. TP's out. Fada does manage to get the kill onto Solo, but it's only the 5 position that dies from Virtus Pro.
Yeah, 3-3 just hesitating there. Wasn't sure. Maybe better to take some guess rather than no guess. It was just hoping that Nico baby could get the confirmed vision on him instead. And
you see Alliance doing that like classic, you know, Alliance sort of 5-manning. The Boots of Travel pickup of the Venomancer makes this look so much better for them, because then they're not as exposed. Virtus Pro were pushing in bottom and mid, but Limp was able to quickly deal with the mid lane. His allies, you could see here, he rode down to bottom.
What I do like though is that Epileptic Kid, he didn't have that like panic moment, right? Like in that fight, he doesn't like TP Fountain. He TP'd straight down to bottom lane. So they wasted a lot of spells trying to kill him, and now he's just still on the map, still getting a lot of farm on this hero.
Yeah, if he goes back to base, he's going to start falling behind Nico baby more than he already is. which is just about 300 gold right now.
Dota Plus favoring the side of Alliance.
Yeah, it's honestly looking, you know, the Timbersaw had a rough game, but he hasn't, like, he's only died twice. That's not too bad. He's looking to be able to pick up a Yule. Big part is Lymph and Nico Baby have a lot of farm, and they have the team fight to back it up.
I'm still very impressed with his jungling strats to get back in this game. I really want to point out that I don't think a lot of Timber players would have done that.
Yeah.
They would have like tried to suffer in the lane, or they would have forced another core to go jungle or something. But he's able to not only get that, but then make some plays afterwards. And another big play.
As the approach, nice force snap, gets a little bit of distance, but right into the hands of Resolution. Lymph very dead. He will get the kill on the Disruptor at least, but still not worth the trade-off there of a dominating kill streak going to Resolution. He's going to be very happy with that. And that sort of pickoff, by the way, is big because VP have been playing without no one for the game. Right? He's 0-0-1, trying to finish up his Desolator, so he's got that classic TA big power spike of Blink Deso.
And this is the vision of the panel we're talking about. Like, Blink Deso TA with all this vision is terrifying to play against. Even a core hero like Lymph will be in trouble.
Save. He's going to try and approach with the Firefly. Will be able to catch bottom pretty easily. And now, maybe, well, the Chronosphere is actually going straight for the Templar Assassin. Didn't catch Save in it, and there's nothing to be able to burn through the refraction. So Nico Baby did no damage whatsoever. The Avalanche and Toss brings Save low, but he's going to stick around with a sticky napalm. Make sure Hanskin can't get away, nor can maybe Nico Baby. A Force Staff actually breaking the pounce, so he will be able to get out. Over to 33, who's being able to create sometimes, does manage to get the long jump away. TP out. No one's going to have a hard time eating through that armor. So they're just going to be able to get Hanskin, but they still got the mid tower. And the Chronosphere was used for nothing.
Yeah. Just killing refraction charges. And that's one thing. We've talked a lot about matchups that don't feel as good as they used to. And I think we're going to see that when that Aghanim's comes out for the Slark, it's going to look a lot like that Morphling, right? Where you just you keep getting leashed over and over, and you think, yeah, Chrono's really good, but if you can't time walk his Void, you're going to be missing out on one of the key aspects of this hero.
You can see there, 33 completely ran out of mana. I think Nico Baby assumed he was at least going to get like a Chakram over the top from that Chronosphere. I still don't think that would be close enough to be able to bring the TA down, as it takes a while for Chakram to burn through all that. Lasso apparently on a creep. Okay. Well, mid lane is where Fada dies, as no one finds yet another kill, and he will have that Desolator coming in with a Van Brace as well. Make that TA's power spike even bigger.
I mean, I hate the Prowlers too, man, but I don't know. I want to start lassoing there. Yeah, the Void got a little slippery there, I think.
Is under attack.
This is where Templar Assassin just starts running around, taking out towers, going for team fights whenever. 20 movement speed was the build for no one, by the way, so he really wants to make sure he can stay on top of these heroes as opposed to the 200 crap damage.
Also just nice versus Veno and Timber, right? Like lots of slows, lots of these abilities you're trying to dodge. And wow, a lot of the items coming out right away here. 3-3 now found by both teams. And Roche is on the menu for the side of Virtus Pro. You got to imagine they're going to start thinking about the vision that they want here. In fact, it just got pinged by 3-3 as well, because it's a Beastmaster, a Templar Assassin. Like, they should be Roshing as soon as they can.
Right. I'm sure Epileptic Kid's pretty happy with the Vampire Fangs that he has, the extra nighttime vision, and he's closing in on a BKB, which would be really big with his Diffusal Blade. We see a little bit of damage going on at 33, but I'm not sure how much they really want to overcommit for. Timbersaw, they can go for the fast kill on Fada here, as he quickly gets ripped apart right by the river. Virtus Pro holding this area, but don't think they can really do Roshan. This is, I think this is going to be that really key part of the game, right? You're either going to be able to win a fight against Alliance and take Roche for yourself, or you're going to lose a Chronosphere fight and then have to recover by like rushing Roshan while Chronosphere's down or something.
And the advantage for Alliance is that they do have those boots of travel that you pointed out earlier. So like, I mean, Lymph's hitting neutrals right now.
Yep.
Probably not ideal. Of course, he's not sure where they are on the side of Virtus Pro, so he doesn't want to make his way to that bottom lane, because it looked like they were all making the full movement there. But you got to hope that you as Alliance can say to Virtus Pro, we know you're trying to Roche. We're going to play and secure this area, and at the same time, my Venomancer and my Void are going to be farming like elsewhere on the map, right?
Yeah.
We want to be gaining more than you, because because you're stuck on this idea of getting Roche. And so Virtus Pro, despite having the lineup that really wants to do it right now, they're kind of not falling for that trap. They're going to build up some bigger items, respecting the fact that BKB will be necessary to fight against Venomancer, Tiny, Crystal Maiden, everybody inside that pit. Epileptic Kid does not want to get caught without the magic immunity.
Epileptic Kid just pinged Limp. He sees the wards being planted here, and he's like, yeah, just look at this guy. He's so scared. That is part of the problem with this Venomancer, is he doesn't have the boots of travel combined with the one-to-one, I beat every core in lane right now.
Yeah.
Because the Slark is such a good counter to this Venomancer, Limp can't just push out this lane really aggressively because he'll be jumped on by the Slark, and even if he lives, it's just still going to be him retreating back to base.
Just need a bit of vision here, and there will be a glimpse.
They get it with the Centaur and the Boars here.
They're not going to make it for the 20-minute outpost, though.
The Hawk is going to be able to spot things quickly. The Hawk is killed. The Avalanche is going to go out. The toss back onto Resolution. They're going to try and quickly execute him, but he does manage to get the Primal Roar. Epileptic Kid will collect the kill, but now he's caught inside the Chronosphere. A glimpse away! There goes Nico, baby! See you later, buddy. And the Epileptic Kid's going to be quite healthy and happy here as they're going to fight for this outpost. Trying to go for Fana. BKB activated, ripping him apart bit piece by piece, but at first, going to be Resolution who dies. Nico, baby, finally back into the fight. They know no one's here, but they can't actually see him because they don't have any vision. Save's going to die to 33, pulls back their Chakram to execute him. No one. Oh, activating his Refraction, reactivating Meld, taking the blink away. Slowed down just a tad, but no one should be, well, maybe not actually caught by the Avalanche. Now they do have the dust. They are going to be able to get that kill, even though they got a Chronosphere that didn't result in a kill. Virtus Pro still took way too much damage from the Limp Venomancer.
It was a lot of buybacks, though, so you saw them run into Roche, and they immediately said, we can't kill this, guys.
Yeah.
So that might wind up hurting them in the end, but these long death timers on the side of BDP still means they're going to be losing out on gold, and I think with the heroes you brought back on, it was the low net worth Timbersaw, the 2 supports, you're going to be happy with this, and how about Fada buying back the team in for the phrasing field?
Yeah, that was actually sick because he gets the kill on a Resolution even if he dies again.
I can't believe he read that there were no stuns left too. Like that's just such a sick play to actually abuse that big armor that you get on Crystal Maiden now.
And that Epileptic Kid, he certainly built up the stats off of that one, but in the end, it is still Epileptic Kid as well as, even with no one dying there, way up there in the net worth chart. Nico,
he almost has his BKB too on the TA.
Yeah, that's going to be a very scary moment. That's where they could probably force things onto Roshan with a little bit more confidence.
I imagine we're going to see a smoke. We're going to see Hawks moving into that Radiant Shrine area. They're going to look for a quick pickoff and then just immediately into the pit.
Yeah, vision mixed with that kind of fast Roche taking. It's a very low-risk maneuver.
I mean, you can even not even go for the kill if you want, right? Because of how much vision is you point out that they have, right? It's like you can plant a Hawk up here and just start roshing.
Yeah.
And that's what they're going to do.
Just poke at it if they show up. The Hawk gives you the warning that they're coming. Just back out of the Roshan pit if needed.
Han's been taking the bottom outpost. Like, this is completely free, and they know it.
Yeah, and it's probably understandable since they're doing this while Chronosphere is still down. Alliance, they're probably feeling fortunate enough that they managed to take that fight the way they did last time. Oh, Limp actually gets pulled back into a dangerous situation here for Snap, but Save is still going to be able to capture him as well as Resolution with the Primal Roar. So not just a Roche, but a pick as well, Virtus Pro.
And they're moving bottom with the Disruptor. They have the chase the catch, but Hanskin, nice blink.
Hanskin thought for a moment, he was like, I'll just pick off whatever here TP's in here, but it was actually a movement in mass by Virtus Pro. A nice Yule Scepter to be able to create a little bit of time here for Fada. He's actually back into the freezing field for the armor, but it's not going to last long enough.
It's noble.
No one. He just wants to be able to take some more here.
He's like
his allies, they're getting close, and if he could just keep the vision, Solo would get another glimpse.
The line is drawn from Sig. He says, I'm just pushing this lane, guys. I want this tower.
The multi-shot will help them defend, but with a Beastmaster and a Desolator, it's always easy to take towers. So, okay,
Oh, nice
Avalanche
blink.
toss, but no one with his blink over puts them in a weird position. Resolution is the only one chronosphered right now. The Static Storm goes out, but it looks like our Beastmaster is going to be dying before he can get anything off. But the silence is lasting so long. The toss up in the air, but doesn't actually save the Faceless Void. Nico Baby's now down, and Epileptic Kid as well as no one can take their time denying Solo and getting the tier 2 tower kill. But they actually going to retreat here. 33. They're feeling like a little bit too low, and no one may be too low as he gets caught by the Sentry, turns around. He's helped by the lasso here, but Limp is eventually going to be able to take away that Aegis. Alliance do not want to overcommit for these kills, however. They take away that Aegis and quickly retreat.
Maybe that was all part of this plan, is that the thing they were really scared about, because there was so much time left on this Aegis, is that we burned the chrono, but now they can't come high ground. And it looks like a pretty rough play, right? You're going down as the Void, you missed the chrono on the TA too, but at the very least, you're going to keep those shrines. And man, he was so close to BKB. He was like 400 gold away or something when he went down.
We now have the level 20 talent for no one. Meld dispels. There's a lot of great things that you can actually dispel in this game.
Yeah.
So
A lot of nuisances. And with Limp, caught out kind of no man's land here. Needs a big save from Hanskin.
They really need some allies to play with Limp a little bit more. Fortunately, Hanskin is there with the toss save, but he has to give up his life to be able to pull Limp out of here. And it looks like Vada's going to get caught as well, because your matchup against Virtus Pro with the freezing field is nice. Static Storm's going to silence that one. And a dig. He leaves the healing salve on the ground for Virtus Pro to take.
Jeez, the one time you don't want it to be a bounty rune.
Yeah, that would have been terrible.
They did secure them the top bounty at the very least. For Limp, obviously a Pyrrhic victory in that one, but keeping Limp alive, extremely important. Ooh, and the Titan Sliver. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a great pickup for a Slark.
I'm really glad he went for the Aghanims and not the Silver Edge he queued up. I think this is a very good Aghanims game.
Oh, especially with the Disruptor. Again, that combination is just so insane.
Yeah.
The ability to chase down heroes and very safely, because you're a Slark after all, you could just Shadow Dance and get vision enough for a glimpse. You always have that +1, just like we saw in the top lane. It's not just a tiny kill, but a Crystal Main.
They're smoked up with no Static Storm, just like playing aggressively anyway because they want to use this lasso.
They try, but Alliance did have some vision in that area. There was a ward around the camp.
Oh, save really well. We just saw the time walk. BKB, of course, very scary. So,
are we going to deal with this mango tree? No.
Yeah, I don't know. Everyone just keeps running past it. A little surprised on that one. I guess no one has the Quelling Blade out, right?
It's so weird because they have a Bat Rider and
That's true. A beast commit the Firefly. All right, yeah, we'll go with the Axes. I'm down to just blame Rezo. Rezo, the Aura bot here, has the Vlads, the Helm, the Pipe, loving life in this game. 15k XP and, whoa, that looked like net worth for a second. There we go, 8k net worth-ish.
Quite a healthy lead for Virtus Pro. But they may just sit on this and build over time, because I'm not sure if they're ready to go high ground without Aegis, unless they get like just a really sick pick. You know, just a straight 5-on-5, let's go high ground, that is very dangerous against Venomancer, against Faceless Void. You've got a Timber Saw, toss back of the Tiny. There's actually so much high ground defense here from Alliance that, that VP definitely needs to take it slow, like they did yesterday against Navi.
And they also have great pick-off, though, with the Bat Rider and the Beastmaster, so there's really no reason to try and go high ground. Again, we talked endlessly about their vision, and now they just have a crazy amount of catch and reach, so anyone outside of the base should be very vulnerable if they're trying to split push in this game.
Opportunities will present themselves for sure. A Heaven Talbert for 33, and not the typical Timber Saw pickup, but against both a Slark as well as a Templar Assassin, that item, the Disarm, is very helpful, and the evasion might be nice too.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot, because it's built out of Sanj, the 30% self HP regen. So it's actually way better for Timber Saw than it used to be. They're going to be able to grab said Timber Saw and pull him down into low ground, where Resolution's going to follow up with the Primal Roar. Yes, but now Solo, they actually just extended way too much there. Static Storm being thrown down. Solo's still going to try and take this fight. Spada actually fights back against Virtus Pro with his freezing field. Epileptic Kid is forced to retreat with his Aghanim Scepter pounce, but he's going to go back in with last remnant of his BKB, see if he can finish off that Crystal Main, while Nico Baby being kited around by these damn boars. Hanskin going back in onto the Slark, but he pounced away just at the right time there. An awkward engagement that Virtus.pro tried to force just a little too hard.
I'm glad they didn't commit anything too heavy from the side of Alliance as well. This might be an opportunity they might want to try and like smoke and move forward. Too scared to throw that Chrono because he doesn't know like if there's a blink left for the TA or how many pounces are on that Slark in the moment. It's very hard to try and reach this guy right now. And Alliance going to try and use this time to get some wards down. I don't think they have any, unfortunately, though. This is that moment where you really want to plant some vision to last year. Just that single ward up on the tower for them. 30 minutes coming up here, trying to secure at least one outpost for themselves. Epileptic get pushes in that bottom lane to create some pressure on their base.
Yeah, Alliance just have to try and hold the top one. Nico Baby. Committing his teleport over.
The new classic is 3-3 leaves a greater fairy fire behind in that dire camp. A bit rough.
Yeah, just because Hen does that thing that so many pro players doing. They're probably looking around the map and such. Don't notice he dropped it or maybe pings it. They aren't going to be able to get the pick off on Hanskin here. No one nicely keeps his distance while dealing with the Tiny. 30-minute bounty runes are up.
And they do get to keep their own post at least. Jeez. Oh, Epi gets pinging it. He sees it. He's like, oh, nice. Got a fairy fire, guys.
See what a Roshan timer is here in 15 seconds. A faster Roshan, I assume, would be benefiting Virtus.pro since they want to kind of keep the pace here.
Yep. Don't want to give any more time. I mean, the next big items coming out for this game, probably the Lincolns on the Void. I mean, he's so kitted at this point between like nice neutral items as well as the BKB and the Mjolnir, but still has to make sure you can actually cast his abilities so you can understand the double defensiveness required. Does mean their damage is still a little bit low until
nice
these BKBs wear
use there. 33 got glimpsed back, but he managed to throw out the Timber Chain just between the point where he got sent back and after it reaches the tree. So 33 is going to be able to find solo here. An easy kill, save, flying away through the trees should be fine.
Yeah, Virtus.pro has to be careful. Don't get Save Your Buddy syndrome. Don't start a bad fight for no reason. His solo dies again. Like these consecutive pickoffs onto solo have again forced them back though, and this is that smoke that we were looking for the last time. A scan from the Dire will connect on Nico Baby. They know they're moving in here, and so Epileptic Kid gonna get out easily with his Aghanim Scepter. The mid lane they go, past all this laid down vision. Can they find another grab? Hanskin pops the boar in the middle of them all.
Probably for the best. Hanskin doesn't try and reach out there and go for that kill. And would love to be able to take a team fight right now because it would probably result in buybacks from Virtus.pro just to be able to secure Roshan for themselves.
Yeah. They do have the trap though as well, so they're gonna know if that Rosh is up or not. They won't have to panic buyback.
Yeah, that's true. Speaking of Roshan, it's going to be up in 20 seconds.
Need to get a sentry down to that area whenever you're playing against TA for sure.
It's funny, you just have these ideas of like where to be able to play, sitting on this Radiant Triangle right next to Roshan. But
save risky.
The Hawk as well as the Bat Rider kind of kill some of that advantage as they can so easily pull somebody out of position. And the Glimpse is just going to do that with Hanskin. Force Zap over to the side. The Chronosphere, oh no, it only caught Solo. And he's going to get Primal Roar. Is Solo even going to die to this? In fact, it's Nico Baby who might die. Fortunately gets off the BKB, does manage to get his time walk away, but still being chased out by no one. Finds the lasso, ensures the kill. Immediately buys back though. They got an ultimate out from Lift. They need to be able to win this fight. They need to find these heroes from Virtus.pro, chase them down. Save's going to be up next, but it's only the two supports. They need to find more. And Epileptic Kid took some time to farm. It's going to be found. Eul's Scepter, do they have any stuns to follow it up though? Quickly gets off a Shadow Dance. Avalanche stalling him up a little bit. No one lays out some damage. Heaven Halberd going out. They're going to try and go for no one here. He's silenced as well as no refraction. Chakram on top of him. Can they finish him off? They should be able to, but he's actually got insane. He goes in vision now. Nico Baby might die. Time marks over the side. 33 finishes him off. Now the buyback coming up the two cores. This could be the big engagement that swings the game as 33 is going to be left behind the rest of the lines. They say buybacks are here. Let's get out. Leave whoever's left behind. And it's going to be poor old 33 left to the Eul's Scepter, trying to get some distance, anything, but he has no mana.
Let him go. Alliance, fantastic buybacks. That's such a dangerous thing to do when you're a faceless void who already used a chrono. Your Crystal Maiden tried to ult at the last second, but they played the hell out of that Poison Nova because they know it's still ticking on that Slark, still ticking on that TA. So they forced
pick off like this on a solo would be magnificent, but he's rather tanky. Not that tanky to 5 heroes though, as 2 buyback from Alliance. Alliance, the problem with these buyback trade-offs is VP have the advantage of being able to just go Roshan because they're a longer cooldown team. So Alliance knows a pickoff like that Solo just presented to them is massive. Let's buy back, kill that guy, and let's try and do Roshan ourselves in a 5 versus 3. Because a full 5-on-5 is tough without your Chronosphere.
Can they do a 3v5? Hawk instantly taken down.
Virtus Pro, I don't think they're going to let this happen so easily. They're going to poke and prod a little bit with the Axis. Hanskin managed to get the toss back though onto Resolution. Resolution stuck. He may not even get up the Primal Roar. He gets it up the last second. Assault on the Eco Baby. No one's going to try and chop it down. He does. Epileptic Kid and no one finish off. And now they're going to try and take on the Roshan. But maybe not. They're going to back up. Let him do a little bit more damage. Alliance has to come in here. They will be able to pick up the Aegis and Cheese. Can they get out? Grab the Cheese. 33 picks it up. Timber chains a little bit to the side. They need to retreat together though because no one in Epileptic Kid, they're certainly looking for kills right now with that Aghanim's Pounce. Epileptic Kid could chase somebody down, but 2 different disjoints. They're going to be able to get away from those 2 pounces, but it looks like Hanskin, he's definitely dead. Epileptic Kid looked for another one, but again, the pounce is so hard to land. Another successful TP, so it's only Hanskin who dies here.
Dire's bottom tower won't last long.
Man, that I love the way they just jumped into the pit the second they killed the Void.
Yeah.
Because once that happens, nothing else matters, right? They don't care if someone else has this Aegis right now. They know that's a dieback on the Faceless Void, and they're just saying, I don't care who has Aegis in this game.
And I just have to say, like, I don't think Alliance all focused on Resolution. And if they had, he dies faster, no Primal Roar, also means that you don't lose Nico Baby there, but a good pickoff. They managed to get the lasso, pull back into the Static Storm. Liv does get out of his good Poison Nova, but with the pipe and such, it's still delayed damage at this point. Hans, he's gonna have to come in and such with that freezing field, the toss back over the side, but unfortunately that's gonna be a Venomancer dead twice. Solo may tick out. Here's 33, tries to hunt him down with a Chakra, misses. A tree toss also misses, but eventually Solo does die from Liv's poison.
Yeah, couldn't get to the river in time with the Ocean House, you know? Only then.
If only. Somebody could have spilled some water on the ground for him, but Virtus Pro, they did get the tier 3. They got what they were coming for. They took away Aegis, got the tier 3, open up shrines.
That was a very chaotic past 5 minutes here. We kind of ended up back at the same lead for Virtus Pro, but Alliance have elevated themselves quite a bit in experience for sure, because there was a giant gap there, as you can see. So they only lose a tier 3, not a Rax. I think I might consider that a victory for Alliance at the very least. But certainly Virtus Pro feeling very good about the current game state here. The only downside is that the more fights happen, the faster these BKBs have gone down. So we're down to the 5 seconds on both the TA and the Slark, meaning that Limp is starting to hit this critical mass here with this Poison Nova, just doing so much in these engagements.
Yeah, and it looks great for Virtus Pro with the win probability backing them so much, but that can shift very heavily because we're at a point now where if Alliance wanted to, they could go for some sort of smoke play, and one team fight will devastate one side or the other, right? And they do have that Chronosphere advantage. So if they go out there, they kill some VP heroes, they're not going to have buyback, and then...
Oh, Hanskin, he's got the Force Staff.
He does. But there's also that Aghanim Scepter on Epileptic Kid, so he needs to find a way to be able to deal with that second pounce, and he won't be able to, especially with the Glimpse. They were waiting for the Venomancer to come up, but now a tiny dead for 100 seconds. Alliance slipped there a bit.
He has been waiting so long to get that Force Staff to finally be able to, like, he has been really poor this game. I think that's a big surprise to me, is how little net worth Hanskin's been able to accumulate. Only a Blink Dagger on Tiny, like when you're trying to play this like in and out style and create cool toss opportunities, very hard with only the Blink. Right, to have some sort of good impact in the team fight. So now that he finally gets the Force, he instantly has that dieback now. So 70 seconds without him on the field means that VP should be able to get complete and utter map control when you have a Slark just scouting out all of these wards placed down by Alliance.
And so yeah, Alliance brought back some of that net worth, but as Virtus Pro, you know, take away the tier 3, now take away some of these outer towers, you're going to see that net worth just start cascading back their way. I'm sure in the next minute or two, it'll start heading to the 10K marker once again.
Yeah, should not be able to have an outpost here either at the 40-minute mark. Seems very unlikely at this point. And of course, heading in towards the 40-minute mark.
Save. I like that. You see, he sticky napalms, sees the ward on the high ground, immediately blinks away.
Yeah,
Because he's like, yeah, I've got the gem. I know where the ward is. I'm not going to be foolish enough to think that I can just de-ward it right away. Let's play it safe. Wait till my allies get here, then do it together as a team.
Yeah, don't offer a pick-off opportunity when they're fighting lower numbers than you right now.
Yeah.
But 40-minute neutral items coming out soon, so the more control of the map, the better. Try and get some items for your team, for Alliance can move out and get some for themselves. And of course, we're still just going to be considering up that Roche, as a DD is there for no one. Smoke with it, and they're looking for another one. So they waited till Tiny respawned. They have everything up and ready, but they're going to hope for a big lasso play here from Save. This is all on him. You might even want to drop the gem.
What he can do here. He gets the right pick off here. There is only one buyback in the game right now, and it's the Disruptor. Alliance are actually going to smoke outside of their base, go up towards the outpost because we're approaching the 40-minute marker. But Virtus Pro, they have so much vision, they're like, this base is looking awfully empty.
I love how Save's under a ward right now. He's like under a Sentry Observer.
He goes away. Now they know. They're like, oh, hey, our outpost is being taken. Let's all run up to that top area here. And Alliance, this is where they're going to choose to fight. They have a high ground ward, so they do have that advantage.
They have creeps in their base right now, too, so.
Yeah, Virtus Pro, they could just as easily just go and hit mid, and Alliance would be forced to teleport back. But they do manage to Alliance secure the experience for themselves.
I can't believe they got a 40-minute outpost. I'm impressed. I didn't think they would. But, you know, this is why you wait to hit bears, because maybe you're going to find a leveler and a Minotaur horn right away.
Yeah.
It's the color coordination that keeps them locked together, I guess.
That is pretty crazy. That means this Templar Assassin will just be a wrecking ball when it comes to bringing down buildings. If they do put that leveler on, the Minotaur Horn might not be bad for one of these either supports or offlane, just a momentary BKB.
Sounds really good for Rezo this game.
Yeah.
In fact, they've actually given Rezo the leveler.
Oh, okay. It's fair enough. It's weird because it's like the 50 attack speed. I don't think anybody of the like 1 or 2 positions really wants to trade out their items for just those stats. It's only when you get free time to hit buildings that the leveler actually looks good on a core.
Oh my god, they actually got like 3 of the best items.
Jeez.
Princess Knife is such a game changer.
And you're dropping it. Is no one going to take it? Like, is he going to just
somebody
get the blink in to save? Well, he doesn't need it, right? Because he's got Melt Bash. So that...
I guess Solo just takes it, frankly. You just replace the Ocean Harder. Somebody takes it, though. This item's way too good. Save's been the one to take the Minotaur Horn. Team?
Yeah.
I'm going to consider this unacceptable. Someone needs this thing.
Speaking of, level 25 is now up for Nico Baby. I was waiting for that. So now he has the AoE from the Chronosphere. He opted not for the backtrack. So he could still get 100-0 very easily by this Templar Assassin with the 1.25 second Meld Bash.
That's pretty surprising, I think. I mean, his chronos have been a little rough, but I don't know. I feel like the backtrack's just so strong.
Flicker, huh? Illusionist Cape or the Void.
The exact opposite in terms of the best and the worst neutral items. I mean, they tried to even it out by leaving the Princess Knife on the ground, so that at least is some good gamesmanship here by no one and the side of Virtus Pro.
You know, if you do happen to, the first time you use the illusion, if you can catch them off guard.
If you manage to waste a lasso, that'd be all right.
Sometimes that Illusionist Cape, it's pretty much a one-hit wonder.
It really is, and they're going for it right now. I'm a timber saw.
Well, they're going to be spotted by some boars and some wolves and all the various creatures of the forest, but no actual heroes from Virtus Pro are around.
I guess, yeah, but I'm going to see this Princess Knife and be like, yo, seriously? No one picked this up? Guys.
I mean, again, it's like, one of the supports has to take.
This is like the best item for a support.
1 or 2 positions.
All right, it's still just there.
We just don't have the space.
Just please.
And they still have a repair kit, by the way, on BP, too.
All right, he's not going to get fooled by this. No. Is he?
No.
No.
No. That damage looks suspiciously low. 20 strength for the Timbersaw. His talent, he's about to pick up his level 20 temp. They did give him the flicker, which was on the Venomancer there for a little while. Venomancer will take the Illusionist Cape because it's a little bit strength and agility, so it's an okay stat item for him.
I mean, just to be clear, we're leaving the Princess Knife on the ground versus the Lincolns and the BKB Void, right? I just wanted, because that does go through both here, guys. This is...
And then it goes through Lincoln's, and then you can catch him while his BKB is not used, right? Yeah. Aghanim Scepter for Disruptor, so Solo. Now got the game-changing ultimate with the kind of initiation they have from both Batrider as well as Templar Assassin. It's not the same as Naga Siren setup, but I imagine he has plenty of opportunity to get good static storms before BKB goes down. All right, these items are being passed all around. Now Nico Baby has the Illusionist Cape.
Gotta keep mixing it up. That's the Illusionist Cape strat, right? Because they think it's the Timber who's the illusion. So you just keep feeding with different heroes over and over.
Ah, this makes sense.
This is
makes
good.
Sense.
We're developing a meta for the Illusionist Cape.
All right, well, he goes to the secret shop, who quickly uses the illusion, runs it out, but Hawk spotted him, so yeah, that's not going to actually work. MKB could be purchased by Faceless Void. He's trying to hold on to buyback. Everyone's buyback has returned except for Solo, who's just missing it due to gold. The smoke up here from Virtus Pro. 45 minutes about to happen. Outpost is going to be up. Radiant do manage to get it, but at the same time, the initiation into the back line. There is Nico Baby already dead. He's going to have to buy back a TV onto the Outpost. Hanskin getting some damage in. They're getting on top of Solo as best they can. Looks like a 5 position's definitely dead, but a trade-off for VP is well in their favor. They're very happy with this.
I mean, he has an empty slot, and he's walking past it, Cap. I'm having a hard time here. He could have hexed the Venom. He could have hexed the Tiny. He's standing right next to them.
Yo, 33, this is a really big kill if they can actually get it. No one is going to be able to chase him down. They need this kill so badly. Again, they bought back on Nico Baby, but no one. It's just too hard to lock down. And the Radiant also didn't take the Princess Knife.
Dude, Fato's just walking... Am I insane? Dude, the pros are just on a whole other level of Dota than I am, apparently, because the Hex is really good where I play.
To be fair, the Radiant probably saw an item on the ground and they figured it was a tier 1 or tier 2, you know?
Sure.
Not worth checking.
I mean, the Venom Wards are still sitting next to it. All right, I am going to stop talking about it. I apologize.
10 seconds till the static storm's back up. 25 seconds until... There. Okay, I was about to say, he's about to have his buyback, so he's going to go for it. Rotron is at half health, and Epileptic Kid has already jumped in and used his Shadow Dance. 33, he has the flicker as well as the Shivas on top of Lotus Orb and Heaven's Halberd. He's got plenty of options to be able to disengage, so that's why he puts himself so far forward. But Nico Baby, he didn't get over there to the other side of the cliff, but he does manage to lock down Disruptor. It's so important to be able to get this kill down the static storm anyway. No, he's dead. Alliance, they're going to have to win this fight without him. Fada right in the middle with the freezing field. Can he win it for his team? So much AoE damage. 33 is taking a lot of damage though, and he has to be able to Timber Chain out of here. Fada did so much, it's enough to be able to kill Resolution with a pullback of the Chakram. But 33 has now been locked down with no mana. Epileptic Kid will make short work of him while Sage chases down Hanskin. Resolution, where's the stun? There is none.
No bash left.
Okay. And Limp immediately boots are traveling into mid. He is desperate because he knows with Nico Baby dead, Virtus Pro could just run down lanes and end the game. So he's going to try and do a little bit of split pushing.
Yeah, this can easily just be the game here for Virtus Pro. They're going to need everything from the side of Alliance to try and hold on to this. But you saw he has to just dive blind for the Chronos. It's his only option because there's such an overwhelming vision advantage for side of Virtus Pro that unless he does something that looks kind of insane, he's never going to get a good Chrono, right? Like that looked like pretty crazy. He literally just time walked and Chronoed the high ground, hoping they were going to be sitting there, and all he caught was the Disruptor. And he needs that Disruptor because he has the Aghanims on the Static Storm. He just is trying to catch someone else with it.
All right, well now defense 4 versus 4, but with Cheese, Aegis, and a Refresher Shard, that Resolution is going to hold in his inventory right now, so look for double Primal Roars potentially, especially with Lasso pick up onto Hanskin. Epileptic Kid has already stolen so many stats. He's currently sitting at an extra 96 agility temporary and an extra 19 permanent. It's going to be rough. This could be the entire base going down before the Faceless Void is up in 30 seconds. Alliance need to just try and poke
and prod and slow them down and perhaps get a kill onto Resolution, who does have the Aegis. Don't overcommit for this one. They're actually going to pop out the Venomancer ultimate, and he gets Primal Roar, but a save actually coming out from Vada, who has an E-Blade. So Limp will be able to get some Force Staffs away. Epileptic Kid unable to lock him down. He's running low on mana, so he's actually going to BKB and pounce out. Nico Baby up in 8 seconds. Alliance did hold very nicely.
Is about to take
Still able to get the one lane though, right? With the Void coming up soon.
Yep.
It's the continuation of this like slow, gradual build up here for Virtus Pro. Now up to 48 minutes and a 20k lead. Costly buyback from the Tiny. Also just puts another hero on this timer of like a kill means, you know, we have so much time. It's a now 4-minute window where they can kill this Tiny or Void and just feel very confident going forward.
Yeah.
We also have the Timber, who's got no buyback as well, so it's looking rough.
It certainly is. Every single time it's like we watch these VP games, a team will do a good job fighting back and making sure the game doesn't actually end, but the VP chokehold is still there.
Yeah.
They're still putting pressure on your neck, and it's building up in Resolution. Well, he pops his BKB,
now,
but he does have Primal Roar.
He has no buyback as well.
Yeah.
If they manage to catch even Solo's a pretty big pickoff right now. Like 4.5 minutes of no buyback on the Static Storm Aghanim Scepter could give them an opportunity to try and get out on the map here for Alliance. But some scary items. There are some better items in the shop than you can find in the jungle, and Nullifier is definitely one of them.
Certainly is. That's good catch. Poor old Nico Baby, man. He is quite the faceless void aficionado, but these Chronospheres have not been the best for them, and they need one great Chronosphere.
That's why the smokes are so important. I actually think Ninja Gear would have been like kind of amazing for him this game.
Oh, look at that Epileptic Kid diving in to be able to pick up his Abyssal Blade almost into Alliance, and now he will gladly go into Alliance's Honkin. Does actually the toss up in the air onto Epileptic Kid himself. The Timber Saw putting himself in the front lines, but Epileptic Kid is doing the same, trying to finish off the Hotskin here. The Chronosphere going out, controlling so many heroes, yes, but also some of his allies. Trying to finish off Epileptic Kid, but he got the Shadow Dance, and now Nico Baby, oh, that freezing field, it actually just ripped apart the Templar Assassin. They've got to get out. Virtus Pro have to reset slightly, but Resolution does find the opportunity to be able to lock down the Faceless Void. Lotus Orb bounce back the lasso, but it doesn't matter. He's dead for 100 seconds. Epileptic Kid trying to get away from 33. Into the trees he goes, and he'll start regenning up. This is how you need to play this Slark game, because he knows the fight is secured. He just needs to make sure he doesn't die. Comes back in for the Honkin kill, which is slowed down by the Seeking Napalm. He will eventually fall as well. 3 dead with no buyback on the side of Alliance, and this is where the VP chokehold will finally come to a conclusion. VP should just be able to force Alliance to tap out here, as 33 is just going for desperate maneuvers here to push out mid, somehow draw their attention away from the base for a full minute.
He got the creeps.
And they will, he will find their attention, that's for sure. Actually gets glimpsed back after the Tempered Chain. Rapidly losing mana, needs to be able to get that flicker. Does manage to get it. He also has the Yule Scepter here. Oh, but he gets bashed up, and he may find his mana burned out before he can do anything, sadly. That's 2 minutes for him. Well, and not nearly enough time for Nico Baby to come back as the tips come flowing in. Virtus Pro, it was a hard-fought victory.
I think we got it.
We certainly did. They're just going to finish it up in style. Alliance will sit here to the final man before they call the GG, but that's it. We're going to a game 3.
Virtus Pro. I thought we didn't get to talk about him too much, I feel like, during this game, but I thought Save played an amazing game on that Batrider. He wound up being 34 of the 40 kills he was involved in.
Alliances turn to ban.
Here's the Radiant ban.
Ten seconds.
5 seconds remaining.
Dire's turn to pick. Ten seconds.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant's turn to pick.
Vengeful spirits.
Ten seconds.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant's turn to pick.
Time. Ten seconds.
5 seconds remaining.
Dire's turn to pick.
Gyro Kata!
Ten seconds.
5 seconds remaining.
The Dire get a ban. Dusk.
10 seconds left by my count. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant's turn to ban.
Dire's ban now. Ten seconds.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant's turn to ban.
10 seconds.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant's turn to pick. Ten seconds left by my count. 5 seconds remaining.
Dire's turn to pick.
Crystal Maiden.
Radiant's turn to pick.
Puck.
Ten seconds.
5 seconds remaining.
Dire's turn to pick. 10 seconds.
5 seconds remaining. Is the Radiant band.
Bloodseeker.
The Dire get a ban. Seconds.
5 seconds remaining.
Dire's turn to pick. Ten seconds.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant's turn to pick.
Brewmaster. Seconds.
5 seconds remaining.
Alchemist.
Choose your hero.
That was genius.
Lost.
Chocolate for everybody.
A tight game 2 and hopefully an even game 3. As our panel certainly thinks so. Trent, they say the draft is actually quite the most even of the 3 games that we've seen so far.
I can go with that.
Yeah.
I think that's very... with all these Bloodseeker games, I've just had Alchemist on my mind this whole time, and finally, he does come out here. So we'll see if the Alch still got it in him after all of the nerfs he's deserved over the past year.
Well, we're going to start things off with some early action here. Is Save gets stunned, but no blood right, and Hanskin, who's still holding on to an ability, didn't want to go for like level 1 ice shards and miss out on the kill. That would have been a disaster.
Yeah, you really want tag team in lane. You want to do everything you can to try and hold it, so even a first blood might not be worth it.
Oh, Limp actually just spotted that ward being laid down right in front of Roshan, and he's going to be able to jump and get some more damage, but as he sees Epileptic Kid, he starts backing away just for a tad. But Solo is going to get stunned up here, and Solo doesn't have a way out, so that is going to be your first blood. But Alliance, can they get the trade-off of the bounty runes? Doesn't look like it. Save actually in good position here, will be able to grab those two in the sides.
Yeah, big.
Oh, nice toss back. Epileptic Kid actually trying to body block Hanskin as best as possible, but Hanskin goes for the snowball through them.
That hurts, though. He doesn't have that much regen. He's only got 3 more tangos right now. And a big play from 3-3 to make sure he got that bounty rune away from no one down bottom, right? I mean, it's an Alchemist. You do not want to be giving up the free runes.
Well, we are going to have some lane shenanigans, just not the lane shenanigans that the panel was predicting. The mid lane is going to be the stable one, as the puck on Limp is just going to be camped out here. But Nico Baby running across the map, he wants to head down to the bottom lane and put Brew into the gyrocopter. Bloodseeker is just very susceptible in that laning phase in the first couple of levels. That's why you see so many defensive tri-lanes with him and such.
Especially it's a Tiny, who's now in combination with Solo, looking for a kill on the 3-3. They have the Nova, and gonna be real close. Yep. Oh no, he canceled the attack.
Drunken Brawler not going to be able to get 33 far enough away, and he ran all the way across the map. And this is where Alliance are put into an awkward position, right? Because 33, he's of course going to TP in, and now Virtus Pro do have the option of swapping if they want to.
And they started, I mean, at least Save comes down here first, right? And he's the guy who you're looking to help pressure on. Gonna get here just in time for the pull too. No, he doesn't. Oh, yep, toss.
Tosses the neutral creep, and the neutral creep's just gonna die.
Yeah.
But he does get the range shots from the other Vools, so a successful pull, but a pull that's gonna die very quickly.
Of course, a lot of nerfs to those shenanigans from Tiny, but if you can get the aggro, still works like that. His clarity does get canceled by the long wave of terror, so nice play from Fada to send out a lot more mana now on his courier.
Hanskin doing similar things at top lane pulling. Meanwhile, our mid lane matchup, no one versus Limp. Limp already off to an early lead here, 11-3, but as the levels begin to grow, that acid spray becomes harder and harder to fight underneath that.
Yes, Puck phase shift worthless in this matchup. Doesn't give you anything, so of course, Puck's loving to go for that ability very early these days. You want to have it like maxed out on the earlier end, but
snowball on through, gets on top of Solo with the help of the tag team. They're going to be able to do a lot of damage, bring down that support rather easily. Resolution already level 3, thanks in part to his level 2 Devour and being able to eat some of these creeps. Eats a Hellbear.
Apparently no one enjoying himself in the mid lane as well. Toss a nice play, as it says, over to Limp. I like that. It's not like the little, you know, Dota Plus shards anymore. It just straight up says nice play on the side of your screen.
Well, no one, even when the lane is controlled by the puck, he still has his opportunity to be able to farm out the medium camp's top lane. 33 got a little bit low from the aggression of Solo and Epileptic Kid. A lot of magic damage coming out from this duo of the Crystal Main and Gyrocopter. Yeah, and if they get out of position and Hanskin can punish.
Saves ever out of vision or something, you never know when he could just like show up and get a kill. But for now, he's well in vision as he's just running at Nico Baby.
Gonna be able to get the toss back into the Hellbear clap with the avalanche slowing down Nico Baby's retreat. They're gonna be able to get a lot more damage. I'm not sure if they can actually get the kill, but Save not gonna reach for it. Instead, he's gonna go for the body block on Fada. Fada actually jukes him out. Gets over to the side. Meanwhile, top lane, Solo being chased down the tag team. They're turning the damage back around on Epileptic Kid, but they do manage to finish off Solo. And they don't actually take that much damage in return. 33 is still going to be healthy enough to be able to continue CSing. So this top lane working out quite nicely for Alliance. But it does mean quite a big difference when it comes to CS if you look at it. 0% win rate, 1% pick rate. Thank you, PGL, for that extraordinary stat.
Oh,
Jumps in front of him with the
man.
silence, awaiting Rift. Hops over the Alchemist, snatches the regen away from him. Top lane, they do manage to kill Hanskin, but Epileptic Kid super low. Fortunately, he had a Fairy Fire. But now, with the turnaround 33, wasn't able to get that kill. Got baited in by that Fairy Fire with mangoes and such being popped. A double kill.
Yeah.
Is what Epileptic Kid walks away with.
Not respecting the boots as well there on the gyrocopter this early. Very fast. And not having the same on your Brewmaster means he's going to be able to outrange you and just draw you out like that.
Meanwhile, the double melee bottom lane does manage to find the kill, and Bloodseeker says enough is enough. I need to be able to switch things around again.
Yeah, he's just chewing through his regen. He has to go farm the jungle. So a late pick in the draft here with this Bloodseeker, not working out so far in the laning stage. The lowest, those big cores, the only one below him, in fact, is the Brewmaster on his own team.
Well, I've underestimated Bloodseeker a lot this tournament.
Fair.
And he's punished me for it, so I'm not going to get too pessimistic about a bad laning phase for a Bloodseeker, but let's just say that is a key element to that hero.
Epileptic Kid is going to be caught here. Magic Missile tag team and a beautiful little shards blocking him in. Avalanche is going to allow Epileptic Kid to get a lot more damage in before he dies. Maybe it's enough for them to be able to get this kill on Hanskin, but no. Actually, with the snowball surviving, he will be fine. It's going to be Fauna who dies instead to Solo.
Yeah, 1-for-1, but still favoring the side of Alliance. And they do have those shenanigans to go alongside the Bloodseeker, as you said. Like, the laning stage, very important, but the ruptures, the swaps. Unfortunately for them, though, one more ally, and the Brewmaster's going down here.
We are just brawling out here in the top lane.
And the bottom, for that matter, is Rezo's just chasing him under the tower now. Nico Baby level 3 to the level 6 on this Doom. And he's making it hurt to clap the blade. Get him out of here.
That last swing wasn't quite good enough. He doesn't actually have a level of his Doom. If you're wondering about that, 2-3-1 build, and unfortunately leads into him failing to kill Nico Baby and being punished by mass TPs from Alliance.
I like this use of the haste rune too. Limp, right, where it's like you make the rotation, but you can just get back without missing out on anything.
Yeah.
And looks like 3-3 didn't catch the memo on that because he TP'd mid for the wave. So Limp might take his services elsewhere.
Start taking him up to the top lane.
An observer ward spotted Limp coming forward, so Save gonna get out of there.
It's not like he has coil, so little that Limp could do in that situation.
Yeah, both of them, in fact, under vision.
Oh, I like this. The smoke is coming back. Alliance, they know they just can't leave the Bloodseeker, who, again, even after that kill, is only level 4 against level 6 Doom. So they're going to try and kill him again here with a snowball, and they're going to be able to get the Magic Missile into the Blood Right. A little bit of Ice Shard blocking, as well as the tag team. So much damage, and they will be able to finish off this Doom. But now are they going to get punished for it? The 3-man Avalanche toss back. Hanskin's dead, as he should be dying eventually here. Epileptic Kids, only cool guys can look away from explosions, and Epileptic Kid's one of the coolest.
Very unfortunate that he rotates in there not only with very low mana, but also without the ulti. He was just like a couple XP points away from being level 6, but those 3 were so well clumped up for a potential call down. I thought he was going to mop them all up.
Yeah.
But just a little bit slower on the gyro. Save wants a toss play.
He does manage to get it right into the Rocket Barrage. Nico Baby just cannot withstand that amount of damage, and Save doesn't even get blocked in by the Ash Shard, so he's able to get away scot-free. 8-6 now. Very action-packed start to our game 3.
This Bloodseeker just wants to stabilize for a second. He's like, can I just please get level 6 and maybe even hit some neutral creeps? I would like to get a couple more items. He does have treads now. All right, so we're getting somewhere.
And Virtus Pro got to feel great about this, because their big important hero in the Alchemist isn't being pressured.
No.
Meanwhile, Alliance's more tempo-controlling core in the Bloodseeker has just been totally shut out of his game. He is the, well, he's not actually the lowest core. That is actually 33, but both him and 33 are wallowing in the same net worth depths.
And we've heard about this, the counter in the laning stage for the Bloodseeker versus the Alchemist, which we've seen teams use in the past, but once it gets to that mid game, when he's so tanky like this, he can basically just run through Rupture if his ultimate's active. So it kind of flips the tables on that matchup. Epileptic Kid gets gone on here down bottom. The coil too should be free.
This is a very big kill. This
Fada. It comes in and steals it.
Well, you know,
captain's orders, you know.
Thought I forgot for a moment that he's not a core player anymore. Still, though, a very big kill, being able to shut down that gyrocopter. That's the big tempo controlling core for VP.
who has phase boots and Rigabassi right now.
Yeah, and they're putting the respect on the Shrine up top, right? Not trying to smoke and invade and try and catch no one where he's farming. They say it's just a bit too rough at this point in the game, so we'll just have to respect the Alchemist and try and kill this Gyro over and over.
Yeah, that just sadly means that he's going to get his Radiance.
Yeah.
Right, the way this game is going, they're not going to be able to pressure him before that happens. Now, it's not like the Alchemist takes over the game at that point, still needs a few items after that. But it's definitely going to be Alliance working on a very heavy timer. Going to be taken away, speaking of time, 15 seconds until the outposts and bounty runes are going to be unlocked. Resolution coming around from behind. Fada does manage to de-ward, but dies in the process. But look at that, the attention has been pulled away from the outpost, where 33 is currently going to try and sneak a bounty. Perhaps, can he even get the experience too?
Yeah, they're going to
try for a channeling. All of VP, they're booking it over there, but they're not going to get there in time. 1 second left, and he does manage to get that experience and pops the Primal Split. So now Virtus Pro, they're running towards the Brewmaster. Now they have to run away from him as a tornado goes tossed up in the air. I don't think there's anything that's really going to result in this. Surprise hit the Rupture even.
Yeah, I mean, the split was just, I don't want to get doomed and just die.
Yeah.
So I'm going to split, accept that we got the bounties and the outposts, and be really happy we denied the XP. In fact, actually, Limp TP'd up top, I think, when the split happened, so he didn't finish out that outpost down bottom. So there is actual potential XP still up for grabs down there. It's a very far away from any VP heroes, though, so it shouldn't go their way, you'd think.
You would have to imagine. But all of the focus, it seems, is on this top part of the map, while Fada,
dude, Solo's
going to go to the bottom lane.
Solo TP down here. You know he's going for that outpost. Well, we'll see.
He's going to pick up his level 5 and farm. After all, with I haven't been paying attention to tomes being handed out, but it seems like in Solo's case, he couldn't have been the one that got the tome. It had to be like save or something.
I think now that it's only one tome, you give it to the 4 in most games, unless your 5 has a really good ulti.
Successful scan, though. Don't think Alliance is too shocked that there's a bunch of heroes in the top lane. There's been no sign of them relocating to other points.
Nico Baby not going to go for the outpost either. He's going to try and find himself a Crystal Maiden. If Solo shows on this wave, he does not have a TP scroll. Looks like the courier, it's not bringing one out either.
That was a long-range magic missile, but it will be enough for Hanskin to get here, but so is Epileptic Kid. And Hanskin is going to have to use Snowball very nicely to be able to escape. Still, though, Virtus Pro up by 2K. It's a it's an Alchemist lineup. He almost has his Radiance, but it is slightly concerning me that Alliance haven't managed to take in any really big fights just yet.
I can't believe Solo just got away with that double wave kill with the Bloodseeker right there with no TP.
Yeah,
that's actually crazy. And and here's the fight coming now, though.
Any outpost takers? Nico Baby says he needs time to farm, but that greediness, my friend, that greediness, you're going to pay for it. Is safe with his haste rune. He's going to be able to get the distance closed out with Avalanche toss back. They're going to be able to pull Nico Baby in and the swap. There goes Doom trying to chase him down, but another swap for Fada. He was going to run him down with a Scorched Earth, surely, but Fada with the sick plays.
Dude, at least take the outpost, please.
And take the outpost.
Oh, God. There's a princess knife on the outpost. Go get it. God. This is so painful. I mean, it's new Dota, so it's so easy from our perspective to see that, especially because they're like so tucked away on the side of the minimap that a lot of times you don't even notice.
Jumps on drums, Gyrocopter. He'll pick one up, as well as Resolution, who already showed his drums earlier in that chase for the Bloodseeker kill. Our Bloodseeker is going to be trying to rush an early BKB after a drums of his own. And, oh good, 33, not building drums. I'm happy for it. This is a hero that needs Vlads and Helmet Dominator.
Can I applaud this Dota Plus, though? A nice game 3, 15 minutes in, and it likes a good old-fashioned 50-50. Okay, 51-49, fine. Give them their little edge that they've earned, apparently, because they have an Alchemist, you know? Does that seem low to you?
Yeah, but just wait until Alliance takes that outpost.
It's all downhill
the
from
1%
there.
swing.
The 1% for the 1%.
Speaking of the 1% pick rate.
1% net worth, you know, it's good life being the Alch.
Trying to take that outpost back.
Do they know they didn't remove the bottom outpost? It was just the shrines? We're still just fighting over this one.
The toss up in the air, the Brewmaster is going to get changed down a little bit, but he does have a primal split. Not in fear of being nuked down. He's going to be able to get it off now and turn towards Resolution, who's also been ruptured. Also, Lim's going to jump onto him, knocked up in the air, and there goes the Doom. They're going to be able to kill the Crystal Maiden as well. It looks like old Tiny, he's going to be chased down as Nico Baby, running all these heroes down. Going to be able to finish off one of the cores. Epileptic Kid, he's going to be next up on the docket. Gyrocopter, he's going to fall as well. Fada's not dead yet. He's taking a little bit, and the Radiants will finally finish him off, but that's 1 for 4.
Beautifully done.
Every single time, man, they hit their timings, and they hit them so strongly.
And that is perfect Brewmaster play. You want it in these games where there's someone who you just want to ignore. You see all that damage from the Alchemist, that was just purely the AoE damage. If only he could have like committed further, right?
Yeah.
With more stuns, more right clicks. Not able to do it though, as he's being tossed up in the air there by 3-3s. You'll see in the replay.
Watch that one again. Yeah, this attempt to go onto the Brewmaster, but he's so tanky. Then they expend so much. A beautiful Ice Shards. They focus down Resolution, so no chance of being able to get off a Doom or anything like that. And the Coil.
Coil, man, jeez.
Trapping the 2 supports around the Blood Rite, even if the Tiny did manage to like slightly sidestep it.
Such an awkward fight for him to play too on that Gyrocopter. He still had like charges on Flat Cannon left as he's running away from the fight. Like clearly things didn't go too well if that's where you're at.
33. With the voice command Brewmaster has. I love you guys, and I'm sure he does after a fight like that. Swinging the net worth actually in their favor.
Thank you, Weapons. He's just pointing it out for all of us at home. We might.
I mean, the bounty rune's gonna spawn. Hanskin's there. He's gonna pick it up, and he's gonna be like, "Wait a minute! Nobody turned this outpost on. Somebody turned out the lights."
What the? Pupils get found by no one? What is that? Just blank?
Yeah, I've seen that happen once or twice.
Is that when they get outside the AoE or something?
Yeah, I think so.
Interesting.
So maybe
there's... Oh, it just shows up again? Wait, do they both just get one? Whew, this is exciting. Yeah, they both just got a People's Gift. All right.
So somebody like the Gyrocopter with like a Flat Cannon got maybe far away or something like that, that would be... Oh, hey, Pupil's Gift, great Vengeful Spirit item. What a sick item for strength and intelligence for a Vengeful Spirit.
Yes.
Biggest problems is, you know, getting nuked down real quickly because you're so squishy, and then you have mana issues as well.
Yeah, it feels like it'd be so good on like any Agi hero.
Yeah. No one is going to throw out the stun here on Hanskin. Hanskin. It's going to be tough to bring him down, and Hanskin's actually going to back up and get his Spirit Vessel that he managed to build up the gold for after that team fight. So watch out, Alchemist, and even Doom. Those are 2 heroes that really need their regeneration in a team fight. Now being countered by a 4 position. Vlad's complete for 33, now has the 200 health, so good luck, Virtus Pro. When it comes to bursting that guy down, Save's going to be caught in the mid lane. Does manage to get the toss back onto Fada, and Solo tries to take advantage of it as best he can, but there's a bunch of Alliance heroes here.
Careful you don't just create a kill opportunity on Solo in that situation. Got a little bit risky, but obviously having already burned the coil. Interesting, the Vlads, right? Instead of the Helm this game.
Yeah.
Base damage add, I guess nothing too crazy on his team, right? Feels that it doesn't want the creep versus the CM maybe. It already has innately less value. So just goes for the old standby of the Vlads. And I really like that he's not going for the second item too. He's just going straight for the BKB.
Yeah.
Does not want to create an opportunity where it's easy for him to get doomed.
BKBs all around. Alliance are just going to pick up 2 of them. Meanwhile, Limp is building into more of a damage build. He's got Blink, Fuel Scepter, and is going to go for the Maelstrom that so many people have been enjoying with the change of the level 10 talent with the phase shift attack.
Yeah, it just lets you scale so well on the hero.
Yeah, I mean, you brought this up, Trent. The sick combination of Puck and Tusk with this level 10 talent.
Yeah,
even
nice.
Better with the Rapid Fire later on, but with Tag Team.
That what I would love to see. I mean, obviously, you know, you can't really draft around 25 synergies, but in this case, I'm all about it. But yeah, even just the phase shift attack, an extra bonus attack for Tag Team, just like 3 quick attacks like that is a really nice combination.
Fada setting up here at the top lane, trying to gank no one. No one sees this coming. He does have BKB, and he's actually going to try and turn around, see if he can kill Fada. Gets hit by the magic missile, and he doesn't want to commit BKB or anything just for a fine position, so just going to kind of run around, be a terror. Virtus Pro, got a bunch of heroes over here, but it's going to be in our mid lane. Oh, threaten the Doom, almost got him, but jump away from Limp. Solo will actually survive thanks to that fake out there from Resolution, who almost has a pipe now.
So the Lions taking that big fight up top, right? Ignoring the Alchemist, tossing up in the air. They've actually gained quite a bit in terms of the Dota Plus, interestingly enough. It actually has a humongous probability for them, I would say, at this point in the game, like over 70%. It's favoring them in an Alchemist game. Okay, 68, my bad. But I'm a little surprised by that, I feel like. I don't think I feel that strongly towards it. I think the Alchemist is terrifying right now with this 10-second BKB.
Well, it's starting off with a pickoff on a Solo, thanks to the double damage on Limp, and now they're going to be able to block some heroes in. Epileptic Kid, blocked out by the Ice Shard, is going to be forced to turn and fight here, but he's just going to go down the Primal Split eventually as the Snowball catches him, runs him over. No one is going to be able to fight on top of this, and Epileptic Kid does get a lot of damage in return, so they do manage to finish off the Tusk. No one almost killing the Primal Split Bandits in time, but he returns back to his original form. Resolution trying to get the kill on it. Nico Baby with the Doom gone out, but instead, Nico Baby will stick around, heal up, and triple kill for Limp.
Jeez, that's CM just getting blown up right away. And then Epileptic Kid, he got left out, just completely soloed from his team. Just like no one had to start running away as the BKB is starting to wear off. And even the Doom, like trying to get that Bloodseeker down. Nico Baby's still surviving.
Yeah. And they bought back for that and everything. I mean, look how out of position they end up kind of being. He's trying to lay down a ward and stuff, but Epileptic Kid with that Ice Shards, he's stuck. They just entirely ignore the Alchemist here.
Yeah, that first Cyclone again catching no one before he used the BKB as well. So by the time
back into the game, freezing fields, Heal Scepter is going to be able to cancel that. Limp will be able to get that kill, but the Snowball is going to be able to catch the Tiny as well. Got swapped back by Fada. Another two dead. The pickoffs continue to rain in.
This I love. Fast tempo, right?
Yeah.
Just like go, go, go right now. We're against an Alchemist draft. We want to keep this up. Nico Baby's on the opposite side of the map. He's creating his own pressure there with the safety of his 10-second BKB. And what an amazing killing trio they have, right?
Yeah.
Puck, Tusk, and Vengeful Spirit. These are three of the best heroes that we've seen in this patch in creating action for your team.
It really strikes me that Alliance does not seem to stress out too much. They have these sort of mid-game lineups, but they don't try and overplay their hand. They wait until they get these core items. So many times I've seen them just wait out until they had their BKBs, and then they just smash the enemy team, like 3 team fights in a row, right? And they're about to hit that window. They already have a 3K net worth lead over an Alchemist, and we didn't mention this, but also over a Doom. Another hero that has a bit of an artificial net worth increase.
And I think you've been saying the forcing of the issue from Alliance. One thing is VP have kind of been forcing it. Both of the bad fights that just occurred were a fight in the top outpost, which wasn't really necessary. It was a 14-minute fight at an outpost.
Right.
And then a push in the tier 1 tower. You can understand, but there's no rush, I think, if you're Virtus Pro. I think you just want to keep this game more secure for yourself. And Solo is just dying under his tower to these runes, man. Every time I click Limp, he's got a DD, he's got an Arcane, he's got a DD, he's got an Arcane.
Yeah, and what does Puck really have to fear here? And like most of these abilities are going to be pretty well telegraphed. As long as he's killing the Crystal Maiden, he should be able to deal with the Avalanche just fine. He's going to see a dupe problem. So he's been able to play hyper aggressively. Now the top lane looks like they're going to be able to catch Resolution. The combination of 33 and Hanskin. Once again, finding opportunities. The Spirit Vessel is slowing down Resolution for sure, but it's going to take a lot more. And that's where Nico Baby and Fada come in with the Rupture as well as the swap. But now you're going to see Fada dying here. So no one actually stuck. The Ice Shard has actually stuck him on the wrong side of the fight. He'll turn around and kill Limp though. Limp got hit by the concoction. He didn't see that one coming.
On the tip mid-fight.
Oh no, and now the toss over. Okay, a buyback coming out from Limp. Not only does he die, but they need to be able to win this fight now. With the buyback coming in, they're going to be able to get the Gyrocopter as well as a Snowball forward. Catching no one. Stuns himself with the unstable concoction, but now a Doom on the Nico Baby. Toss up in the air, trying to finish him off. Resolution with a big crit. Just managed to kill him. The Spirit Vessel slowing down no one's regeneration, but he's fighting through it until the big nuke comes out from Limp. He is able to win this fight, it looks like, as he base shifts up
needs to be able to blink away a little bit farther back, but killing the Gyrocopter, killing the Alchemist. He wants more out of this even as he goes back in. Blink over to the side with the Raining Rift, but he gets caught by Solo. Snowball save. Hanskin, did you just get limping out from here? He got the illusory over, jumps away. Save and resolution. Are they going to get greedy? No, they back out. Limp has already blinked himself backwards. Hanskin will pay for Limp's sins, but he does do a 6 Blink Dagger Snowball play.
Man, Limp, yeah, bringing his teammates into these engagements. He did 7,000 damage in that fight, half of the team damage being provided by this puck. Absolutely absurd. I mean, he had 2 lives to do it, though, of course, with that buyback. And in the end, it looks like that's going to be a pretty big gold victory for the side of VP. The downside, your Alchemist is dead, but he's not farming it up, but some much-needed gold for this Tiny. The hero's been struggling this series, I think, to get those first 2 big items. Save really needs to find that Blink Dagger.
See that fight again as the Doom also did buy back. You see him dying very early in this fight, and he got the Doom off a little bit later. Beautiful ice shards, and it was a cool situation, but he tries to phase shift.
He canceled his phase shift.
And he canceled it.
Yeah.
Gets hit by the unstable concoction. I mean, that was a dream. That was a dream ice shards where you just put him on the side of the puck. The puck can jump to the other side rather easily, but it would have been utter disaster if it wasn't for that kill on the puck. As it was just a bit of a trade-off that did, I think, in the end go Alliance's way. Limp just going off on this puck.
Crowd liked that reaction.
He almost has Aghanim Scepter, by the way, on Limp with the level 20 talent that he also just picked up. So
yeah,
look for a lot more waning risks.
He's having some issues with that BKB, right? The second it ends, he's getting Spirit Vesseled, and the fight becomes very difficult, and now he might have issues during his BKB.
Yeah.
He ends up getting coiled here by the puck because they have that swap. So it doesn't matter if you're BKB, he's going to force you out, they're going to snap it, and you are going to be one sad Alchemist.
There's so many great swap combinations in this game. Swap the Rupture, swap the coil. Puck. Jumping backwards here is Virtus Pro. Try and get a little bit aggressive. He just picked up the BKB on an Epileptic Kid, and they want to take the fight. They're going to be able to catch Vada until a snowball save comes out from Hanskin. He's going to roll into Epileptic Kid, immediately punches him up in the air, but the damage is still going to come out. Vada swapping Limp, and actually Limp immediately takes half of his health, so Alliance need to back away, but it does save Vada's life. Limp doesn't die, and they only lose 1 kill there from a very aggressive VP play.
Good plays, though, from both No One and Rezo, right? Not burning the BKB on the Alchemist and not burning the Doom. So they can keep pushing forward here. There's no real threat that they're under. And 3-3 showing on the bottom lane. He has TP'd. So if they want to move in here and try and get some wards down, this is a very good time for Virtus Pro. And that seems to be what No One's signaling right now. 15 seconds until his ultimate's back up. But they're a little hesitant heading up here. Solo's got the wards with him. He wants it. They want No One.
He's already so low. No One, he wants the BKB now, but it's too late. Nico Baby's physical damage is going to overwhelm both him as well as Resolution. They're going to look for the extra kills as well. That's going to be Solo. Drops a ward. He will manage to de-ward before he dies, but his own ward will fall as well.
I don't know why he's up there first.
Don't know either, but
I mean, the swap from Fada, I assume, is the positioning issue that happened there.
You got to be more aware of the physical damage that comes in from Alliance because they have a Vengeful Spirit. So they've got the Wave of Terror. But then on top of that, you didn't know this part, but our Bloodseeker picked up an Orb of Destruction, which is why Roshan just fell so quickly. So much minus armor, so much physical damage.
Oh, now if you weren't feeling the Alliance head start earlier, you definitely are now. A 4K lead over a Doom Alchemist team is feeling very good at the moment. Now, mind you, Doom can, of course, cancel out a hero if he gets that proper Doom off. Maybe he can find 3-3 on that Brewmaster first, but going to be difficult without the BK, or rather, yeah, the Blink build there. Just has the pipe, a couple auras to help him.
And with that fight loss, it also means that Virtus Pro kind of stuck inside their base, not able to pick up those tier 3 items. Alliance control, and they've already found 2, one of which is the repair kit that's sitting on the ground.
Now they just need a couple kills. This Aghanim Scepter on the puck onto that Alchemist, and it's going to feel very good for the side of Alliance. So keep choking them out. And you know, these Alchemists, they don't go for these crazy item builds anymore of the Manta, the Radiance, and spreading across the map and continuing to be a huge nuisance. It's a much more singular focused target that you have to deal with. So No one in danger there. What he's hoping for is going to be a bash. Trying to catch Limp, trying to get the gap closed to get that for himself. Oh, well, maybe some okay neutral items there too. They will find a Paladin Sword.
Yeah, that's a sick one. Increasing your generation on an Alchemist by 17%. On top of giving him some lifesteal. If he actually gets an Abyssal Blade, that could be the one thing where Limp starts feeding away some kills. Because that will make his game a lot harder. That blink, instant disable, that kind of distance, it's very hard to play against as a more mobile hero.
He is prepping for it already, though. He's got a Doom on the enemy team, so that Lincoln Sphere already looks good, and I'm sure he's seen the Basher and knows what's coming.
Yeah, that's a great choice by him.
30 minutes approaching here, so they want to try and secure both O-posts for the side of Alliance. A line down bottom from Athletics Kid, maybe thinking about where they want to contest. They have smoke on Solo, but they're for now just holding the high ground. Rezo scouts with an Invis Rune. Maybe they feel like there's some aggression coming. Invis Rune is scouted here by the Warden Sentry.
Oil and Rob. BKB going to be activated by Epileptic Kid, and Alliance actually managed to retreat and just kill Resolution. Epileptic Kid can't really go anywhere. He's now going to try and TP out, but his BKB is fading. The Walrus Punch is going to make sure there's no escape. 2 cores dead on the VP side, and Alliance, they're already well set. Very far ahead of VP with a pick off on save as well. This is potentially just going to turn into Alliance going high ground.
Yeah, very nicely done. That's all set up again because of Vision. Much like game 2, they had an Observer Sentry combo next to the Roche Pit, and Rezo was trying to go in and scout with his Invis Rune. He gets scouted. He gets hit with the Wave of Terror, so he couldn't blink, instantly swapped, stunned back, and killed before he could Doom.
30 minutes in. Mid laner Barracks and Alliance still kind of sticking around here for a second.
I mean, they're kind of okay with a fight. It's got their BKBs.
Oh, what is this? No one's actually going to TP over to the shrine here, as is Resolution. They actually going to try and fight. The Gyrocopter just coming up. It looks like they want to fight for the shrine.
Yeah, he bought the other components of his Abyssal Blade. They're on the way now.
They're going to make their initiation to BKB. Line 33 goes off before the Doom, so he's not going to take as much damage. And oh, look at all that AoE with the blood right on top. Oh, this is a disaster, VP. They lose 3 before the Gyrocopter could even get close to the fight. And now the fight is done solo, as is the tradition, is the easy +1. Let's just go, well, tier 2s are still up, so let's just go tier 4s.
Let's go GG.
Let's go GG. And there's no buybacks coming out because VP just lost 2 fights in a row, so surely it's it. So, well done by Alliance, man.
Scary Alliance, opponent there in the Alchemist. You get worried. You never know what's going to happen.